Welcome back to the CDL. It's the final week of online qualifiers for heading down south to Miami.
This week, we'll lock in the seeds for Major II, and we've got 4 teams fighting for a coveted spot in the winner's bracket.
First up, the Surge take on the Las Vegas Legion. Both teams are on the bubble, trying to claw their way back up the standings. And Joe, you look very cute today.
And then it's the battle for LA, the Thieves versus the Gorillas, playing for pride. A win can make all the difference heading into Major II.
Plus, we'll take a look at all the challengers action you don't want to miss. The Call of Duty League starts right now.
This has been a masterclass by the Thieves.
What a brilliant moment for the newcomer on this Boston Breed squad.
I don't have a clue as to how he's managed to survive.
Shanti versus the world.
It's going to be the most unbelievable turnaround. They've managed to pull it away. The Ultra, no hope. What a round. Capable of getting this one done. Ultra now scrambling to find the approach towards the bomb site. Kleenex, the closest man. Shoulders thrown, doesn't see anything, commits. Dashi gets them both, the last man scrap. Can Bruce find another one on the round? No, Scrap gets it. And Pred puts in the bed, Optic Texas. With an absolutely disgusting display in Search and Destroy. They win the game 5.
Optic taking down Toronto Ultra, the first time seeing those two brands face off here in MW3. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Call of Duty League hosted by Chris Puckett alongside Rosalie, aka Alley Cat, and Mr. Nameless down at the end. I want to start with you, Wheeler. We're going into the final week of Stage 2's qualifiers. What are you looking forward to?
Listen, it's make or break week, right? Like, we learn what teams are going to be in the winner's bracket. A lot of dreams get crushed this weekend, and it's nice and fun to watch, for us at least.
Yeah, Allie, what are you looking forward to today in particular?
Maybe not exactly dreams, but hope certainly get crushed of not having to play one of the top 2 teams heading into Major II.
All right, let's talk about those top 2 teams because Optic is playing for a #1 seed after beating Toronto. They are now 6-0. Yes, they've gone to a bunch of Game 5s, but they've come out unscathed, and now they get a chance to defend their throne against New York, a team that is currently the #1 seed going into Miami.
And it's the perfect matchup, honestly. You know, 2 teams that have been unbelievable throughout this split have worked on a lot of issues they had in Stage 1, falling a bit short. And, you know, for Optic, the Search and Destroy and the improvement, it's been next level, man. A lot of the man-down situations, they're winning 3v4s. They're getting their bloods. They're winning the rounds when they're getting bombs down. And they're taking out top teams. That was the big win that they needed against the Toronto Ultra. Almost a flawless Neslo, only losing 1 S&D round. And on the flip side, you got New York, who have been unbelievable as well.
Yeah, and I think the biggest problem right now is that New York has been unbelievable when it comes to the respawn, where on the side of Optic Texas, they've actually kind of been struggling in those hard points. You know, you could put them on a map like Skid Row, where it's a little bit more difficult for shots to get behind enemy lines. That's where a team like New York Subliners will find a lot of success, simply off of the way that not only Hydra's been playing, but Kismet as well. He has simply been that guy in Search and Destroy. If anybody's going to take Optic Texas to battle against them when it comes to those map 2 and 5s, it'll be New York Subliners.
Let's take a look at our Major II standings. Only the top 8 make it into our winner's bracket. Optic, New York, they're guaranteed to be there, as will Atlanta FaZe and Toronto Ultra. Everyone else still up in the air here, Nameless, but who do you think has a good chance of either climbing or falling out of their current position?
Man, in terms of climbing, I actually like Thieves and Legion. I feel like both those teams can get a couple more dubs, put themselves in a great spot. Obviously, that's going to hinge on today's matches. But then also, you know, on the right side of your screen there, it's tough, man. Like, I feel like Rocker is better than what they've shown throughout this split, especially the last few matches. If they could somehow get a tiebreaker scenario at 2 wins, they have a lot of map wins. They could find themselves in the top 8. I would like their chances starting in winner's bracket.
All right, now as we take a look at the schedule, quick reminder check. Keep your transphobic fingers to yourselves. We got 3 great days of action, and it ends with Texas Optic taking on New York Subliners. That is the banger matchup everyone is looking forward to. Allie, what else are you looking at here?
I'm looking at these teams that are sitting on the right side of that column, talking about Carolina Royal Ravens, Minnesota Rocker. A lot of these teams that are sitting at 2 wins could force their way into our top 8, and I feel like it's been a long time in a split since we've seen that.
It feels like all of our bubble teams also feature a rookie that has come up from Challengers, and we got to highlight what's been going down in Challengers this year, and to do so, there's no one better than the men on the mic. We got I Hold, Shift, and Study. How you doing, Shift?
Oh, doing great, my man. And you're absolutely right. I mean, hey, we've already seen a couple of players get picked up from Challengers and made some major waves. Other teams that are really struggling to put things together. And Jay, the thing we learned from both Europe and North America after season 1 of Challengers League has finished is that there's options all over the place.
Oh, yeah, there's talent everywhere. EU, NA, we're seeing people challenge one shot, pull out some insane 1v3, some insane routes from some of these young men. Everyone has talent in Challengers. It's just like when you get to that pro scene, you got to cut some of that back because those little mistakes and cost you those opportunities.
Absolutely the case. And let's be honest, I think there's a lot of quality players on both regions that may have found themselves in the CDL previously that just weren't on a good situation to find success. And the one thing we did learn kind of getting through Europe is that it is very heavily top-sided. Between Team War and Amit EU, these two squads have looked primed as being potential rivals for this year. I think a lot of that kind of with the drama and bickering back and forth on Twitter. But the thing about it was after a close matchup in the upper bracket, they both met up at the grand finals, and Amit EU established dominance, clean 4-0 once they got to the grand finals.
Yeah, I think it was that match they played at winners round 2. We're talking about going all the way to a map number 5. Team War were up 5-2 on Rio Search and Destroy, 1 round away from knocking them down the losers bracket, but you allowed Omid to gain that confidence, win 4 rounds in a row, and then eventually beat you. Then they see you again in the grand final. They said, we have already taken care of these guys. This time we're going to do it even better. They walked away with a clean 4-0. So once again, congratulations to Omid EU, who were our champions of stage 1.
$24,000 plus the 15,000 points that will help them in their pursuit towards Miami. Team War is still very considerable at $16,000, and don't sleep on that Clutch Rain team, mostly French squad. They have gotten third with 10 grand, but the drama just keeps continuing between Amit EU and Team War. In reality, you may have seen it earlier today, about an hour or so ago, he kind of tweeted a little cryptic tweet with him with a Miami Heretics jersey, so Amit EU were kind of forced to have to make a bit of a move leading in towards Miami. They've now found Hixie on the roster, but with that, Team War have had to make changes. They're in a good spot as well. Coming into Cup number 4, they played Denza in place of what was Hixie previously, and they looked not just good when they had the previous roster, but they ended up winning Cup number 4 over Amit EU with the new roster.
Yeah, the Cinderella stage must be hitting different for Team War. Obviously, all these guys have been in the CDL at some point. We're talking about Beans on Boston, Vance on Minnesota last year, and even Harry on London. Even though it wasn't the best scenario, he still had that opportunity to get all the way up. And then obviously Hixie was on this team. We know what he was able to do for Toronto Ultra last year, but you see it, Hixie out, Denza in. The fact that they're able to walk away with that Challenger 4 Cup W right off the rip, Team War, they're feeling good and they're looking good.
And that's the thing is, you know, we were kind of looking at all these rosters, honestly, when we were going in towards Boston. We said there's for sure going to be some of our top 6, maybe top 4 possible grand finalists. Neither team really had the success that they were looking for on land. So, yeah, you've got Hixie that moves from War over to Amit EU. That's going to cause some drama if they meet each other at Miami, I'm sure. But on the other front, like you mentioned, Denza has always been one of those guys you look at and say he's got takeover potential. And I imagine he was a major key towards this Team War championship, if you want to call it that, on Cup number 4. So with Marky B behind the helm as their coach, they are the team kind of carrying some favor in towards this Miami Open that they've got going. Again, it just comes down to, can you actually turn online success into actual on-land success? Because EU has notoriously kind of struggled out that outside of the Wobbabobs team from last year. But in North America, kind of a different story, because we had FaZe Black that came off of their championship run during Boston, but lost half their roster, and a new set of stars have started to shine in North America, with Boston Academy absolutely dominating just about everybody throughout the entirety of the season.
Yeah, Sensor retired, so they had to find a player to fill those positions, and they found the perfect combination of players. We're talking about Pentagram and Yeez, always in your face as those SMGs, but I think what really relied for this Boston Academy success was their AR presence. Shawnee is consistently, even though sometimes he's not putting up the best numbers, he's setting himself up for the right play at every single time. Early off the rotation, blocking a certain spawn, that's the player that Shawnee is. But I don't know what has happened to Cammy. If he's been possessed by a demon, ever since he's entered Challengers, he's basically dropping 30 to 40 kills every single map, a 2.0, and he was the deciding factor to them walking away with this W.
Yeah, it's one of those things we always kind of joked around a little bit when we were on the broadcast. It's hard to look at that previous LA Thieves roster and point to one and even two players of this is where the problem was, because, yeah, Cammy looked particularly great. So did Joe Deceive. So there are some question marks, maybe, depending on how Thieves finish off their run here in stage 2. But into the actual standings and placements, Boston Academy, your champion. Spacefish Taco, don't sleep on those boys. They kind of surprised us throughout the entirety of season 1. And then you've got a heavy loaded roster of Convoy Gaming and Houston Spartans that have kind of moved things around. But the curious point was FaZe Black, again, after coming off their championship at Boston, not only had some struggles throughout the group stage, they only finished top 6 when they get to the playoff bracket as well. And that also forced maybe some question marks and concerns, and it actually led to a pretty major roster move in their own right.
Yeah, because obviously if you're the team winning in challengers and doing it in dominant fashion, some of your teammates are going to get picked up. We've seen Asum, we've seen already Kremp making changes on their respective rosters, but now you have to fill those pieces. You pick up Joe Deceives, who for us, another player who we put in that category of Cammy, 30 per respawn. Yeah, that was Joe Deceives with that SMG in hand. Then you also had Lunas alongside with that AR, putting down shots. But when you're a team that's making a roster change so fast, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be very, very quickly where you're seeing a lot of success. So at least if you are FaZe Black, you were able to get a top 6 in the elite, but you already make another roster change, and Dylan Rex is in. Oh, they've already been finding W's. I don't know what it is, Alan, but Rack and Exceed, they've been winning a lot so far in this game.
No, they've been winning a lot whenever they get a chance to play with one another. But, you know, it is really interesting because I think a lot of people who paid attention to challengers at the back half of last year, there's a lot of conversation about how Lunars very well may be the next kind of flex main AR that could be seriously looked at that has not seen the CDL. But I feel like a lot of people just kind of shied away from what Dylan Rex was able to do last year. He was one of our overall top elite KD holders, just wasn't able to find the finishing placements that really kind of allowed notoriety to continue through. So he now gets picked up to FaZe Clan Black, and wouldn't you know it, they also turn into a Cup 4 championship with him added to the roster. So a lot of kind of passing of the baton here, where maybe the favor from Lunars at the end of last year has now kind of been pushed aside, and maybe Rex is the guy to kind of keep your eye on, because FaZe Black with that Cup 4 championship definitely have eyes on trying to go back to back when they meet up again in Miami. So a lot of interesting things there. I think there's also the conversation and consideration of the players that had already been in the league, again, kind of finding this unfavorable position of meeting up with some pretty poor CDL teams last year, and that kind of hurting their stock just a little bit. So lots of things to look at as we look forward to Miami desk as we kind of get you guys back in the conversation.
Awesome stuff there. Thank you for the breakdown of both EU and NA. I want to start, though, Study. Who wins in Miami? Pick one team for me.
Oh, if I'm picking one team, it's got to go FaZe Black. I think they're going back-to-back. Exceed and Brack, they somehow, some way have built a formula where it's all W's in challengers.
I like that call. All right, now Shift, we got to take a look at this leaderboard, and I need you to break down your prediction, because we have so many challengers players in the league this year. This is just the top 8. Who do you expect to walk away with the Rookie of the Year title at the end of the season?
Yeah, it's tough to say, right? I mean, Gwyn really has been unbelievable, but the lack of overall success from the Carolina Royal Ravens, I think, will kind of hurt his stock just a little bit. Kind of a similar situation where Linz has been a staple from day one for Minnesota's success. But I kind of want to give a little bit of a shout out towards Gio.
Yes,
since being picked up towards Vegas, he's really helped this team improve quite a bit. I mean, I think the argument would be you make one more roster change, and I think we all know who we're looking at. This team could be a major threat for a top 6 all the time, and I think a lot of that comes from Gio's flexibility.
Wait, Alan, who we looking at?
Yeah, who we looking at?
Oh, I don't know. That guy in 7 is, you know.
Wait, he's a game
Well,
winner.
watch it. That is the Green Room's favorite player.
They have a
Watch
chance
the
to go
mini
5-2. No purge slander while I'm in the room.
All right, we got to kick these gentlemen off the show. We'll catch you a little bit later. Thank you so much, Shifted Study. But let's break down what's going down today in the CDL. It's a 2-match day. We're going to see LAG versus LA Thieves to end the day. Before that, though, we get a little sampler of some teams fighting for the winner's bracket. Vegas is looking very likely. Seattle desperately needs a win tonight, Allie.
Yeah, they desperately need a win. Will they get it? I mean, Brezzy showed us a little something in their last series, so maybe they could upset.
And of course, the good news is all 12 teams will be in Miami. You can sit next to Nameless and watch them all. All you got to do is scan that QR code and come on down to Fort Lauderdale. It's the Miami Heretics Major II Tournament presented by Gamergy.
It's going to be a good time. I'm having my purge jersey on. I'm going to be getting hyped. Scan that QR code. Get your tickets. We got 2 tournaments at once. You just saw the challenges breakdown. It's going to be real exciting.
Come on down to Miami. We'll see you in a few for the first battle of the day. When we come back, it's Vegas versus Seattle. You don't want to miss it.
Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store. Check out all of the awesome in-game rewards you can earn for free just by watching the Call of Duty League. What's on tap this weekend? An all-new lineup including a weapon blueprint, emblem, calling card stickers, and XP tokens. Just link your YouTube account now to start earning.
Seattle Surge is entering their 6th match, and they're looking to finish with 2 more dubs as we get all of our predictions in favor of Las Vegas. Tell me how the Surge win today. Las Vegas, by the way.
They win by a miracle.
Vegas?
Vegas, yeah. I'm
Thank you,
Vegas.
Nameless.
Yeah.
I'm going with Vegas. They look
Vance?
great. And one person to watch out for is Attach. He's top 5 in every game mode. The man is a superstar, some would say.
If Surge wins, it's got to be Brezzy, the hero again. Maven, can he do it like he did last match?
I'm excited to see if he can pull it off. I don't know if it's a miracle necessarily, but listen, we've all been very impressed by Legion, Las Vegas Legion. Joe, as I said it correctly today for you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, we were joking about it, and then somehow you said Paris like 3 weeks in a row.
Yes, I don't know how I pulled that off, but
We're in the game.
Let's go. Let's get it, baby. Right into the action we go. Teams battling for a winner's bracket berth. Some work to do. If you're Seattle, you've got what? Legion, then it's Boston, right? His second match?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 winnable games, you would say, right? You're not really facing the top 4, because outside of top 4, it's kind of a crapshoot. Thieves, Vegas Legion, obviously playing very well these major qualifiers, but
You're not the favorite, but you got winnable.
yeah, winnable games, 100%. Let's see if they can work with Brezzy, but nice time here for Vegas Legion. Brezzy and Hook with the SMGs able to find a couple of kills, so gonna fight for some of this scrap time on rotation, though. You have RC's watching the cross alongside of Abuza.
Over to RC's now. Just waiting on the pressure to mount towards second. If we get the kill before a teammate drops, and there is the second. And top red, third. In front as your grabs a rival. Might set them both up for Hook. He's able to take one at least before he drops. Now we shift the focus over to our second hard point. Brezzy is here. A teammate to work with in Abuza will be soaking up the time, and now you're trying to make a decision if you're a Legion. Do we push the hard point? Do we deal with the players that are trying to get over to the point?
Well, I mean, Attach finds that kill. That might turn into 2 because Hook was right below him. So, I mean, the fact that RC's gets that headshot while stunned turns into a pretty easy hold. Persia's going to get found. So, yeah, I mean, Attach is just hoping for the, I mean, not that one back, but just the 4-shot headshot comes in, and he's sitting there like, well, if I get that, maybe we find a break, but it doesn't happen.
Now, the headshots, they can be punishing, that is for sure. And this has turned into nearly a perfect hold. You're going to get basically all 60 here. As we get ready for our next hard point, now with 15 seconds left to go, you're just trying to make things a mess, and Hook the Nuke is hitting with the rival at range right now. Lovely one.
Well, the problem is now, right? You have two players spawning all the way out and attaching Geo, so it's when those kills came in, 10 seconds left, so you have a 3-on-2 on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, this could end up perfect. I was wondering where the spawn was going to come in for the next player from Surge, but since you still had a player left around the point for Legion, both are going to spawn out pretty deep, trying to track on in, but you made this messy early, if not getting a little bit of time. So yeah, this has worked out nearly perfectly. The battle here going to lead to a team kill there. Hook now just trying to stay up. Nobody really soaking up much time yet.
Yeah, but yeah, you take this all day if you are Seattle Surge. Great job. Hooch is playing his life, using these doors, opening them, closing them, hitting shots with Abuza. They're on 8 in a row as a duo, finally taken down. Geo, though, now it is his turn. Well, you lost him. Able to find him. Little aim assist help there with the Renetti. That triple turns into maybe 20, 25 more seconds for Vegas.
Bro, whenever my assist pulls to the ground to the ceiling, I know I'm about to get world starred, but there he's able to pick up the kill. Now, you get the final bit of time here. You really want to make a rally a bit if you are Legion. Geo, we'll see on those 4 in a row what he's able to do with it. Kind of still the newcomer to this squad. They have been playing so well since he has joined the ranks, but you get the bit of scrap time, means it's going to be an early setup, but a pinch spawn comes in now for Legion. You've got a chance to collapse on this now.
Yeah, and it's always tough to just hold this hill, right? Just kind of the position that it's in here towards this P4. So the fact Vegas able to find the final 25 seconds was huge at that P3. It keeps them in the game because they would have been down, 80 points leading into this one. But yeah, both teams just vying for control. Nero with the rival, able to find a double, but you still have Abuza on the point with the help of RCs, but they're both taken down.
And Nero, I mean, he's been one of the bigger playmakers, or like, I don't know what you would call lightning strikes in the league. Like when he has gotten hot, when those moments come through where someone's got to go nuts, he has been terrific. No streak's going to be coming his way though, as I curse him there, and he ends up dropping right after the gas, but with the final bit of time, trying to get it is Surge, but Attach says, no, no, no. That's why I'm top 6 basically across the board, 5 in a row for Dylan Price.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful positioning, then just hits the little drop shot, little third heady, and well, now he has the crew. So 6 in a row, up to 12 and 7. He is in form, but here comes Seattle Surge. You do have one player pushed up, and I like this from Abuza. But the timing to go the way of Attach, so it's a little bit weird on both sides. You see he's kind of on the mini-map. It's a 2 versus 2. And Attach going to take down Hook, and on the other side, Geo able to find Abuza.
Getting it done with the gunny, getting it done with the melee. A little awkward timing there. I think he didn't think anyone was to his left, but then Brezzy was there, and Brezzy will take him down, but you'll have that streak to work with. Tie game now, 86 apiece for both squads. We hop over to Purge, looking to get nasty. One up top, looking down low. That's a trophy, not a player, and he'll reposition for now.
I love it. I love that play. Just repositions, bait them in. Nero with the crossfire. Trying to find another triple with the Renetti, but there is the lead change coming in. Great job here at P5 by Vegas. And that could have got hairy there with Abuza, finding maybe that kill onto Attach. Then you push up towards P3, but they're able to hold on, and that leads to a ton of time.
Yeah, good patience there from Purge, and now it might lead to another streak. You already got 1 onto Attach. Now 5 in a row for Purge. I mean, they've been streaky. I mean, Geo had his 5 in a row. It's like these big streaks counting for a lot of their kills, but also a reason why they've got an advantage in this one for now, as we still got 40 seconds remaining here on the clock. We'll see if he can play for this streak. One in behind, and just barely able to take that. Hook must have been a little weak scrambling in.
Yeah, I mean, just able to connect. There's a little bit of aim assist there on the pole. But Legion now, I mean, they were down around 40, now up around 60. Let's go to a listen with Vegas Legion.
Back alley. Take time right here. Take your time. It's good time, bro. Get in balcony, trap down.
I have your fire.
Give me junk on me. Yeah, check everything out, Evan. I'm trying to. Close the door and stun. You know the deal.
Honestly, it's get close. I'm gonna go low, okay? I'm back. Low man, watch out. He ran out. Underpass. He's one shot, though. There's 2 of them that just get up. All right, take your time. I'm taking it up.
One, gonna go mid hop. No, you went back to vending. Vending.
I have mid hop.
You not go. Nice. We work this.
Missing one still.
Yeah.
He's coming from time.
Closet.
I boosted that. Jump. Three. Missing one.
I'll be back alley. Look at guys drops.
I'm gonna get your top fire, okay?
Back alley.
Could have been bust already on you guys. I don't know.
No.
Missing one. Okay.
Just look out drive. Pick up deep left.
Be cut dead on one shot. I'm gonna back up and go to you. I can't get in or nothing. I'm backing up and going to you, okay?
He's one shot top AC.
It could go mid and shit. I'm backing up.
That guy's running away. He went
I got old time.
I'm going to open you.
They're gonna come to me.
This is great.
I'm going deep in the back.
I have to behind the back. You guys are literally
I'm just singing a fucking corner in the
literally
back.
just hide deep
top fire. This guy's top fire.
I'm singing the corner in the back, okay?
Middle me.
I'll see single Alec. He's gonna be top. He's going towards jump side. Towards Bow.
Two freezer.
I'm in the back. They don't know. They don't know.
Just wait. Literally just wait. Evan, back there. Just wait back there. You guys meet up right, and I'll streak. Yeah, I will streak. Okay.
There's 2 bear on you. Okay, Purge.
I hear you.
Just hide in the back. I will streak this.
Like the black rose?
Let me know when you guys get top.
Joe, I always know you like listening because you like look over to me, you raise your eyebrows a bit, give me a little nod. You like that one, huh?
Well, I loved hearing attach. I mean, we're talking about how well he is playing, but let's not forget the fact that he's the vet on this team. He's got to be the leader, and you hear in the comms, probably going to be a little pissed off towards Purge because he's saying, don't move, stay alive, and then Purge comes out. He's like, I'm going to call in a cruise. And Purge is like, I'm kind of just bored and ends up dying. Probably not going to be happy with that, but you're happy with the 80-point scoreline. And yeah, I thought the listening was fantastic into that P2 break.
It was really good. Just some fantastic small talk, calling names, saying missing one, all the little stuff you'd love to hear. Then yeah, some of the veteran stuff out of attach. It was a thing of beauty, but now you're trying to rally on the other side of it as you're desperately trying to battle for a winner's bracket berth. It's Seattle Surge trying to bring it back from down nearly 80. Brezzy waiting and lurking, able to get a tag onto attach for that gunfight. You're never going to win. This next hardpoint gets ready to go. You really got to start to chain something together because Legion just on the cusp of victory.
Yeah, and I mean, you're just going to try to find as many seconds as you can here towards P4. This is great for Vegas. They can kind of do the same thing, just, you know, find 5 to 10 seconds, put more and more pressure on. But this is probably going to come down to that P5, P1 rotation to end this game. As Abuza just trying to play his life, and this is exactly what you want if you are Vegas. Now try to force them off a spawn to have to push some of these gunfights near the hill.
Yeah, just make them have to apply any pressure here and not think about setting up for next, chain some together, make it scrappy here, keep the pressure on, and you've done a great job there if you are Legion. Nero, another chance to maybe earn some streaks. He's on 4 in a row. Abuza nearly the 5th on the receiving end of that, just about. Just gets caught as he's throwing the nade forward. He will drop. Nero will drop as well, so no streak there. You're trying to get him for the tail end of this, but you're still holding the desk inside. Going to make it tough to make any kind of play.
Yeah, Brezzy in a fight for this scrap time, and you can see over towards P5. You have Nero. Attach does get caught, so maybe a bit of an opening. We'll see where Attach spawns. Probably just going to try to hold as long as he can, but it'll be a 4-on-3, so Attach is out. And Surge, they're going to have to use these numbers quickly. They have to go. Able to find one. You have Geo all the way in the back watching the cross. Nero just buying time for his teammates to try to get there. They will not, so you're a little bit staggered if you are Vegas Legion, but a much-needed break. But here's that other cruise missile that Purge has been hanging on to.
This goes to strike. You push forward right into red if you are Abuza. I thought maybe Attach going to be able to catch him as he knows he's probably going to funnel in, but he's up top. He goes down low. Now you look to collapse. Purge able to get the kill there behind the rival. The trade comes in. Purge is popping a triple. As maybe the streak doesn't get the kill, but he gets the info and he acts on it. Now just 28 needed to win.
Yeah, I mean, you're just making it messy right with those cruises. That's all they really have to do. Just really disrupt the setup from Seattle Surge. Now you're finding all the kills. Purge up to 4 in a row. He's got 20. A very balanced effort here from Vegas. 15 more seconds over towards P1. You do have Seattle, so not done quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, oh God, if you can get a majority of this time, somehow play it perfectly to keep Legion out of it, and then maybe, what, it was the perfect P2 hole that they had to open the game.
We have seen this is not impossible, but now maybe with 2 dead, here comes sort of the Legion of Vegas Legion trying to push on through, and they're going to do just that.
Yeah, trying to set up maybe the comeback, but looking a little trickier now as Legion, they wipe everybody off the map. Looking like a map 1 victory, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Legion have been so solid as of late. They'll strike there on the map 1 after going down, what, 60, 80 points early?
Yeah, I mean, and it could have been worse. The fact that they were able to deal with that first P3 and at least find the final 25 seconds, I think helped them out a lot. Because, yeah, Surge did great P1 and P2. That's really where they found a majority of those points in the first set. Then Vegas just got comfortable. Really, that P5, then you get a couple of streaks on your side to break when we were in the listen-in, really just I mean, that really widened the game for Vegas Legion.
No, it was amazing, and you see leading the way in damage with your ARs. You got Tatch and Arcides kind of leading the way, but you said a balanced effort. You really see that kind of, honestly, across the board for both teams. It was pretty similar efforts there, just a little bit too much for Legion as they're able to get the W. Taking a look at the overall time, Nero soaking it up with 2 minutes in the hard point.
They got a Buzo with 209 on the other side, attached in nearly 2 minutes as well. So just 25-17 in nearly 2 minutes, and that's kind of what we're talking about with this guy's doing.
Great. No, he really has been doing it everywhere, like every mode. You know, a lot of the chatter this past week has just been how great his stats have been, considering he's not on a top 4 team. One of the teams maybe considered to be a contender, but this team slowly. It's Vegas Legion team. Yes, listen, they're not in that territory yet, but they've been looking stronger and stronger.
No, they're getting better and better. They are consistent in almost every single game mode, right? I mean, you're 6-4 now in hardpoint and stage 2 qualifiers. You're 3-3 in search. You're 3-2 in control. So you're competitive. And if you look at that match versus Toronto Ultra, maybe they're one match versus the top 4 team, like that was very close 3-1. So yeah, I think you're seeing the improvements. The team change comes in, the role swaps. It's awesome to see.
I mean, this is probably going to end up being like that dark horse at this next major. Like
them and Thieves.
Yeah, teams that really have a chance to be a threat, make a run, coming in hot maybe to the major. Randy, you still have 2 more matches here if you're Legion, so we'll see how it all plays out. But a reminder of how this best of 5 is going to go down. We've got Invasion Search, Invasion Control, Rio Hardpoint, Karachi Search and Destroy, the last 2 if needed. We'll see the game flow. So what does it end up being? So no, I exaggerate this. It's about 40 that ends up being. I said 60 to 80. I made that number up. But about 40, that's just after the P2, and then slowly you claw back into it. But like you said, kind of the second set of rotations, starting from like kind of P5 to P2.
You have 86 points for 3 hills, and then you get 8 more.
Yeah.
You were trying to cash in really at that second P2.
Oh, sorry, like P4 to P2. Yeah.
Once it was 154 to 86, right after the P1, you had the setup there from Surge, but just not able to find the time. The break comes in.
That's crazy. Like once you got into P3, like that Sky time, like you just didn't really look back at all. Like it was just a dominant effort there from Legion, and they've been so fun to watch. It's been great to see the improvements come through for this team, and excited to see what they're going to do with the next major. But now you start to bounce back. What about Search and Destroy? I know you said it's been pretty well-rounded for the side of Legion, but what are your thoughts going into that?
Well, I think obviously Surge, it's always, the discussion's always going to be around this S&D. Even without Illy, this is where they're going to try to find their way back into the series. You're going to Invasion S&D. You're 4-1 on the year. We've seen them a couple of times with Brezzy, so, I mean, there's always a chance to get right back into it.
Well, what's it like? You know, you competed a long time. You're one of the best to ever do it there, pal. But seeing a Tatch still doing it at this point, like I know the guy still looks like he's 18. I know, but like he's had a long career and he's still just putting up numbers.
And I think too, if you look at sort of pros, and we had it, you always kind of had the players you were comfortable with. You tried to find your way back onto their team. He's doing it sort of by his lonesome, right? And it's working out well so far. It's a bit of a rebuild, but he's got no one he's teamed with before. This is a squad of youngins around him. And you just tell in that listening how much it means to him.
Yeah, we've seen it, but I mean, Clay comes to mind, right?
Yeah, but it's not like, you don't know, attaches that guy, right? He's had to evolve a little bit.
True, but I just mean like those sort of, they're getting to that veteran stage and having to rebuild with some young players. I mean, some have really excelled in that spot. Some it's been the end of their career. It's dependent on what success you can find, but yeah, I mean, it's been really fun just to watch the evolution of this team. I mean, didn't start all that great, but they're really starting to make the Legion name proud. But now, for our map 2, we'll see if Surge can answer back. They'll be on the strike, the attack here for the beginning of this round 1.
Remember last time you and I tested this is kind of just when Hook went crazy mode.
Ah, true.
So we'll see if he can do that again. But that was when they were down 4-1, 5-1. I forget exactly the scoreline. But Gio's the one player for Vegas right now in position to defend B. And well, he's able to do so. While that's happening, Nero able to take down Abuza. And well, now he's able to find the second Arcides.
Last cap going to be Brezzy in a 1 versus 2 with 35 to go. I remember last time we casted, I think Legion here too. Gio was really good from that B position. Whether it was just getting a pick, staying up, like he was really strong last time we cast them here. But yeah, if who can get loose like he did last time, I mean, he was a threat at every single moment.
And Gio was ready for that. I mean, how many times first offense on invasion, no trophies. The players at B who are usually on an island kind of dictate that round. Can they at least find one? If they get isolated, don't find a kill. Bomb normally gets planted, gets a little bit messy. Could turn into a round loss, but just him finding one there was huge.
No, yeah, he gets it done. Buys enough time. Now, see what Nero can do. If he can keep this going. Nice little 2-0 start from him. And they want to get this busy right towards B as well. Aggressive on the A side of things, though, quickly here for Seattle Surge. We'll see what kind of timing you're going to find if you are Hook. He has gotten to the kind of spots he wants to get to, but playing very deep. You've got Attach.
Yeah, I mean, Hook's all the way in Mannequin already.
Yeah, Attach is playing like he saw something. You can just see, I think he got eyes on him at some point.
Bomb's being planted on the other side. Perch is already inside of Ice Cream, so first blood over to Vegas Legion. But looks like Attach able to spot Brezzy, but again, when is Hook gonna make the play? Because that's what you are relying on if you are Surge.
He's trying to now.
Where is this guy?
Everywhere.
He got a kill too?
Attach is gonna be able to get one. That's a frustrating round for Hook and Brezzy.
And how much time did he waste? 20 seconds off the clock. I mean, just switching up positions and finding kills.
Yeah, it's like you almost, if that plan comes in maybe a little bit slower, I mean, they just get bombed down pretty quickly, but like, you kind of had what you wanted there if you're Seattle to try and get a pick kind of on the back line, then collapse that, but it took forever.
Yeah, I mean, the comm is sort of, I'm working the flank, where's this guy?
And Attach just plays it, I don't know what he saw from his POV, but he stayed alive forever.
It does. Now, a Legion up 2-0, and everybody with 2 kills on the board for this squad.
Because he was kind of that like lone man deep that, you know, they were leaving that wide open, that push. He's the one that's got to play for it and deal with it. But it seemed just as like cat and mouse for so long. Let's see if you can find some success now if you're Seattle Surge. You got 2 people here, they're going to spot the first. How do you play this now if you are Purge? As you're kind of left on an island, you're in a 1 versus 4, basically, until Attach is able to rally across in the pinch ultimately from Geo.
Yeah, a little gamble there on defense. We've seen that time to time, especially around A inside a cafe. Hoping to find one, but doesn't happen. Brezzy, not with bomb, but does get pushed up. Purge not going to see him. Did Brezzy, though? I know he was turned around looking towards courtyard. Here comes the bomb, so this still could work out, and it will. At least to find one, almost the second.
So was he looking courtyard when he peeked that second? I was wondering. I was like, he had to have seen him, right? Oh, that is tough. We'll see if it ends up mattering, though. As he tried to shoot through, Attach actually going to take out Geo. Now in 1 versus 3. Bomb has been planted. Just going to get tougher from here. He's spotted from the back tank. RC is able to put in some shots there through the mid-cut, and he will drop, but yeah, I mean, it gets scary early. You play a little aggressive. You have 2 people pushed up A. You lose 1 player right away, and then you just sort of put the clamps on stuff if you're Seattle. Just sort of get a pause, try to catch somebody.
I mean, Purge almost, I think he needed 1 more bullet.
Oh, if he gets both? Yeah, that goes a lot differently.
A lot differently, but it doesn't happen. So nice round, nice bounce back for Surge.
That must have been insane timing when he peaked.
And, you know, players are getting very, I don't know, lots of different setups over towards A. So I think Brezzy's just making sure, checking all the spots where people are prone in behind. People are getting very sneaky.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like B, you got a couple of like standard setups. Like A, you can, I don't know, it's little off angles, little off spots you can find. You're pretty spread out right now if you are Legion. Like, playing maybe for some aggression. I mean, maybe if you think about your last round, like, you know, Attaches, like, 2 of them pushed up very quickly. They know how Hook probably likes to play this map. This looks like we're trying to catch Hook. Doesn't really go that way, does it?
That's what I was going to say. It's just trying to catch Hook. You're setting a trap. They are into a 3-on-3, so nice trade. Brezzy tried getting aggressive with his teammate, maybe trying to get him out. As he gets taken down, Hook does slip on through once again inside a cafe, but it looks like the B hit coming on through. So it may just come down to Hook's flank once again. Does he find the timing this time? May not need it. Abuza RCs, the AR's locking it down. Geo, 64 HP. Doesn't have the bomb, 25 seconds left.
It's still Hook chasing.
Yeah, Hook's still looking. He's looking, he's like, where'd this guy go?
Yeah, he's able to slip away for now, but it's not a lot of time to work with. But yeah, the front line there, Seattle Surge, a much better job dealing with the pressure.
Hook's literally just messing with people, throwing smokes down. He's like a ninja right now.
Here comes the ninja.
Finally! Hard work pays off.
Yeah, that seemed to me, just based on, you know, listen, I won't claim to know the search and destroy strategies pro teams as much as they do, but that definitely looked like one where you're setting up a trap for Hook. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's VOD prep. That is just based off of round 1, how Hook likes to play it, how Hook likes to play this map. And that's just it. If you and I know it, then they absolutely know.
Yeah, and he has sort of slows it down, finds an opening kill. Honestly, if they would have lost somebody at the front, it might have worked out where he would have got there just in time to make the play, honestly. Just a nice job getting map control and working the collapse. Now you tied this up at 2-2.
Nero's already inside of DVD, and he did it from B Dom, so a little bit different. A lot of times you kind of see players go up the B street into that back door towards that red room. This time, though, Nero's already in a really good spot. Another slow spread round here for our attacking team, and this might be where... Did he get spotted? The way he's playing this, I'm going to say so, but Hook just guesses the wrong corner. You saw the wall bang come in from Arcides, trying to catch Nero, but doesn't happen.
Yeah, and you're also trying to spin around you, auto mantle there too. Maybe not what you're trying to do if you're Hook, but he was more than likely dead. Nero taking out the...
He's just going from trash can to trash can, just jumping on top of him, staying alive.
Just able to stay up. Great survivability there. Out of Legion and Nero is you stop the bleeding, you take the advantage, you go up 3-2, and the boys are laughing that one up a little bit.
Great survivability, I like that.
Yeah, sometimes I try to use words longer than 6 letters, Joe.
You have a great vocab with all the reading you do.
What, my fantasy romance novels about like fairies, dude?
Yep.
Listen. There's something wrong with me. In round 6.
Yeah, both offensive teams playing pretty slow. Trying to just find, the aggression. Well, it just really hasn't worked out last 2 rounds. Couldn't take down Nero. Let's see now what Legion opt to do. Looks like a more standard setup here. Is Prezi just on the mid-tank?
Go to Hook's POV, is more than likely he's going to be the one to strike. The dumpster, his best friend for now, but they're getting ready to pounce. Hook waiting, lurking, hoping for the opening, but he got a nice heady to work with there if you are Purge, but you can see how crazy it looks just right next to him as he is just chomping at the bit, ready to go. Daddy says it's go time. Oh!
Sometimes you miss. That's just the way it goes. And a lot of the times in a situation like that, you are so ready for the second fight, right? That's what he's thinking is, I'm going to have to make a crazy play. But
you got to at least shoot the first guy a little bit.
Hey, it happens to all of us. It even happens to our pro players.
That's why Hook wants, he's one of those guys likes to get a flow, right? Likes to go. He had to wait there too long. You just can't contain Hook to Nuke for that long.
I was honestly going to compliment the patience, but didn't pay off. And then from there, the round kind of collapsed.
He was so patient, the gunny got cold, Joe.
No, that could happen. No, but I honestly, obviously, he missed the shots.
Man, you're thinking I'm snapping left next.
Yes, he's
I've got
ready.
a 180 to the same doorway.
Correct. Yeah. He's ready for the next gunfight already.
Yeah.
It's like when receivers...
It just looks fun because we were hyping that moment
eye on the ball. Eye on the ball.
It was just so perfect because we're just watching that moment, hype it up, and then 70-mile-an-hour gust. Whew.
I'll blame the door, too,
Yeah. Attach. He has a great map 1. He's doing it here as well. 7-3, 4 in a row for him. Now to Nero's corner as he's relaxing.
And getting creative. It's kind of what you have to do over towards the same bomb site. Force utility out, just like we saw from that stun. But it looks like this is going to be an A hit maybe for now. On the other side, you do have Purge. Already pushed up towards Broken, so him and Gio locking down B.
Hook's got the bomb. Smoke is out. How will this impact maybe aim assist as they try to cross? But it looks like based on maybe the smoke or information they got, they're taking their time for now. Usually you think you're kind of going to make a play behind the smoke.
Yeah, just try to fake him out, make him over peak. He doesn't. Nice patience there from Nero, but Attach will get caught. Oh, I got worried with the nade. The nade connects. Can he find a second? Not able to do so. Hook with some revenge.
And Purge just trying to slide in, not going to work out. Set up in the tank, but a trade is there. Geo now last alive, taking shots from everywhere. He will fall, and yeah, you sort of put the smoke out, maybe trying to bait somebody out that's a little bit anxious, and they just halt for a moment there, and then all hell breaks loose right after.
Well, and what's interesting, Red, is like maybe you're hoping for some movement, some rotation. Maybe you can wrap that to B, but the setup on the B street was good enough to where nobody had to move. And yeah, it's just really it. Maybe the smoke, you're just trying to get Nero to reposition and, hey, peek this door, please. So even if they could go for a one-for-one trade, but...
Or I thought maybe the smoke just didn't land where he wanted it to, like went a little deeper off the site maybe.
But then they repositioned mid-tank, and it worked out beautifully.
Yeah, no, it really did, I was trying to figure out what their plan of attack was after the smoke, but...
May have literally been, hopefully someone peeks this.
Yeah. So what, you got advantage for a moment now if you're a Legion, but Seattle Surge just don't want to go away. Every time you have a chance to really get some nice separation here if you're Legion, just doesn't quite happen. It was attached building towards Streak. That story comes to an end. Arcity's leading the way in the Seattle Surge camp so far at 6-5. And you've got the bodies here towards A if you are Surge. Pretty quick rotation over for Abuza from bridge side if needed. But Hook looking to be the point man, and that's an easy one. And he's just going to hit through the smoke. Hello! Oh, God, it's a horror film!
Man, he really does just embrace the chaos, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He runs into his own smoke, says, I'm going to go for it, gamble it, try to get the second. Doesn't need to, though. His teammate's able to find it. So 4-on-2 here for Vegas. 20 seconds. Bomb in the hands of Purge. They have to go.
I don't care if it's this or CS or what. Nothing more tilting. Someone throwing a smoke, sprinting through it, and frying you. Nothing more tilting. But Seattle Surge, they get the win. They tie us up at 4-4, and Hook gets the opener.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see, right? Getting creative defensively over towards that side. Nero opens the door. Kind of wanted to do the same thing we saw last round, throw the smoke near the bomb. But, yeah, Hook's just watching the door.
Well, I think that's what you're kind of talking about, like all the little spots you can be in on A, like where you try to position. Just try to catch somebody. That's exactly what he's able to do. 3 in a row now for Hook. Tied up 4-4. See what Surge tried to do here offensively. Put a lot of pressure towards A. Last time, defensively, you had a pretty good setup towards B if you were Legion. This time, it's going to be Geo by himself. He's done a great job here at times.
Very much by himself. You have a 2-man setup cafe.
There's not even a quick rotation, really.
Yeah, attaches all the way over towards the A street.
Yeah, you got nobody that can get to like ice cream side quickly. You got like a cut through dark, but
maybe with that stun hit, does he get some help here? Doesn't look like it for now. So maybe this is just sort of like round 1. Allow Geo to find one, and then everyone else is going to have to play a 3-on-3 retake or so. But we'll see. Here comes the execute over towards B. Geo trying to play a corner.
Ooh.
Instead, Brezzy takes him down.
Yeah, he's thinking, let me just get one. I thought he repositioned well enough to do it. You try to get the nade over the top, but that's not going to hit where he wants to. Plant now goes through. You have the 4-on-3. You've grouped up basically all ice cream side now. You're trying to hit this out as a flock of eagles.
Oh, the trophies are there. I like the heads-up play. They saved their nades for this position. But they had the trophy down. So now 25 seconds left. You have the smoke, but this is so difficult to do. Purge is able to find one, but there we go. Numbers too strong, setup too strong for Surge. That's 3 in a row.
Yeah, they tried it. I mean, you do have one guy deep kind of working the flank or worried about the flank, so you have like sort of a 3-on-3, but like, I mean, the way you have to push out from that side is so tough. It's so hard. The smoke almost, I think attach almost snaps on the person on the tank too, but it wouldn't have really mattered.
Hey, left Geo. Hoping he found one. And you're right. Yeah, he kind of repositions to dodge the nades. It's just Brezzy pushes it with a rival. That has the advantage.
Yeah. If he got on his belly a little bit quicker there, maybe. But he would need to get the first couple bullets off, like first. Just going against the rival. I swear his like drop shot just felt like slow motion compared to Brezzy as they got over there. RC and his trophy. Just trying to see if he spots any info. Gio will be the one guy maybe he'll get eyes on. Working up the A street is Attach, who's starting to progress up. Some stuns are going to hit over towards the A site. Trying to utility out, but they're just going to fly behind that Purge. No hesitation, he's going to hit it. Trying to get this to around 11. Hook's been able to stay up, though. And then you got a one-on-one over towards B.
They know he's here. I didn't know if they heard the door, but
8 HP.
He's able to stay alive, and again, just try to make this smoke play. Here comes the help, though, from Abuza, but the bomb wrapping out. Heads-up play here from Legion.
Yeah, Gio won his one-on-one against Arcides, so he'll win that one-on-one, and that means what? Sight wide open. They get all that info in the world. Now you're kind of lurking here if you are Purge. A chance to catch one, but the door opens. Hook able to take it now into a 2 versus 2, but the bomb will get planted. Legion got to win this to get it to around 11. Abuza, Hook, working the retake here to get the map win.
Yeah, I wonder if you have any nades left if you are Surge. That could be the key difference. A stun, a nade, trophy. Okay, well, the trophy loaded up. And, well, I think he just heard it need something. So, trophy on one side. Gonna help out Gio as he finds Hook. Abuza now 15 seconds has to go.
He's just gonna have to force it. He's gonna have to 180, but not even a chance to turn. Legion will take it. And, well, I mean, you go 1 for 1 kind of on the one side, but then Gio, I think, winning his one-on-one. So, what against RC's, what opens the site wide open, allows him to rotate across, and then Purge. I mean, this run could have ended earlier if there wasn't like sort of the awkward moment with the door. It sounds so creepy as it creaks open.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Hook making plays on both sides. But you saw the nades going off over towards A. They needed B down. They needed all those cars. They were making sure Hook couldn't make a play.
Yeah.
But into round 11, Surge on attack. Or sorry, Vegas on attack.
We'll see what Vegas opt to do. I mean, this is like round 1. This is like round 1 with like Attach playing deep, the lone man, everybody else working up B street, attaching to the person that tries to deal with Hook, who pushes through. This is very reminiscent of round 1.
And again, the reads from Surge to get Hook in that spot. Now that they isolate him, I kind of like this. Wrap all the way back, you try to find Hook, but it looks like the difference, round 1, it felt like they had an idea he was here. Not this time. Hook's gonna find the first. There's the patience. It pays off. Lines them both up. He's got 11.
Well, the last one, they also kept pushing up towards B, and he was sort of like always on the chase. They brought it right back to him. That guy set it up for him. It was a lot like round 1. It really was. They just sort of go back and get right in front of him. I thought Attach had an idea of where he was, but clearly not the case. Suddenly, everything, the wheels have fallen off. It's Attach by himself, ripped down to 76. So much work to do. 20 seconds to go. Are you able to get bomb back? What are you going to do with it?
Well, hopefully plan it. He's got 10 seconds. Not going to happen. The last second half of that game, I mean, the rivals really took over for Surge. Brezzy steps up. But Hook, we talked about his playmaking on Invasion, how annoying he can be, and he does it again.
Oh, and like, you know, as much as that looks like round 1 to us, like, if you're Legion, like, you didn't see really how that played out with like Hook kind of trailing, all the awkward timings that went down. But like, you know, I think Attach is sitting back there like, I didn't see anything. Maybe we wrap this back, and then he just kind of got tucked in between both sides of the forces and shoots 2 in the back for free.
Yeah, there's Hook with 11, Brezzy 9.
I mean, he is just, it feels like a threat at all times in this map. Like, Hook is very comfortable here.
Yeah, and I thought when they were wrapping back, like maybe just check everything. Well, you're going to have to now when you're playing.
Well,
Hook.
I thought they were doing it to isolate him 100%, but not so much the case, no.
Not the case, but there we go. Tied up 1 apiece. That's Karachi hardpoint with the way of Legion. Just saw Seattle Surge clutch up, but they were down 4-2.
Yeah.
Win 3 in a row, but then we go to a round 11 where Hook makes up for that play in Cafe.
Yeah, a little bit windy in that moment, but no, unbelievable search and destroy back and forth all the way to the round 11. That will tie us up at 1-1. Hook has himself a map. Attach really kind of popping off in both maps, just not enough to get it done there in the map 2, but you're battling for a winner's bracket berth. Legion, Surge, set to go the distance. We've got a control coming up after this break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store.
Upgrade your game with this.
Look at it. That's a round. You may never see one like it.
Everyone from Vegas Legion trapped behind enemy line. This is tough. As Ghosty finds 3 with 1 clip. Those are great shots.
That is what Shotzi buys his team so much time. He's able to find 3 more. He is just going, and you see what this does for their hard point.
He's just so good at being elusive. It can be such a pain in the ass to deal with.
Maybe long lane, sorry, long lane. On the
That was a very, very good listening, and a reason you're seeing this score busted wide open, and map 1 is done. This guy is insane. Same time Asim once again gets a kill. He's got 2 in this round. Every time you get numbers, if you're Optic, Asim has brought it back. Asim working on the ace. That's 3 for him in this round. It was plant or hold for the kill. Dashy chooses to hold. Get a chow, not gonna happen. It's an ace for Big Asim. What a brilliant moment for the newcomer on this Boston Breed squad.
FaZe holding it down, looking for the win right here and now. It's Abe and draws in the feed. Sim joins them for the posterity, and that's giving you the final 10, and that should be map 1.
That is a nail in a coffin. He'll Simp, by the way, with nearly 7k damage, so Simp was almost untouchable. Shotzi might have the timing on the flank. No one's gonna turn.
Spawners as well. Oh, come on. Shotzi's playing real good tonight. Nice tags. I don't have a clue as to how he has managed to survive.
Shotzi versus the world.
He can't get the 3rd, but here comes Shotzi, 10 in a row. Looking for the 11th. That's the round. You may never see one like it. Damn.
Hello and welcome back. We get ready to go into our next map. Into the control we go. Tied up 1-1. Some brilliant moments there from Hook and the search and destroy. Have got to this point. Now we see how far this goes. I mean, I think obviously Legion the favorite in this one. We expect them to win with how they've been playing, but Seattle not going away yet.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, that's one of Seattle's best, if not their best S&D map. So able to win that in round 11. Now you go to control, which Invasion Control has not been kind to them throughout the year. 1 in 5, I believe, on the year, where on the other side, 3 and 2 for Vegas Legion. So again, the respawns have just been a lot better for this Vegas team the last 30 days.
Yeah, well, I know in this map in particular, well, before we talk a little bit about Nero and what he's been like on this map, Joe, take me through our Monster Energy pregame.
Yeah, you can already see the defense, 11-1 in defensive rounds for Vegas Legion. Life differential plus 7.2, and they're only allowing 3 ticks per round, well, 3.1. So great defense on the other side for Seattle Surge. Yeah, I mean, kind of relearn. You can already see 12th in those top 2 stats, 1 in 9 in the last 10 rounds. This is a game mode that has not been kind to Seattle Surge.
It has not, but I mean, just you saw what Hook was able to do on this map in Search and Destroy when he really gets free. Nero has been, I mean, this guy puts on a mixtape. Like, when he gets going into his like flow state on this particular map, it is a thing of beauty. Gonna be some guys I'm gonna have my eyes on through the course of this. Like, can they slow the other one down?
Oh, yeah, we've seen Nero absolutely pop off.
It's just, what, a week or so ago, he was just insane on this combo.
I mean, what we saw Shotzi do it, it just feels like, yeah, you really have to lock in on these rivals. Make sure you're at least in a position to trade. And when they do get loose, try to hunt them down.
Yeah, they've just gotten better and better. Just a feel for those timings, right? With just people coming off spawn. You're just wrapping back and forth and absolutely frying. So far, so good. 4 arrows attached, though. It's kind of got in behind enemy lines. And he's like off to the races, just getting chased down. It's Brezzy. It's ultimately going to catch him. Nice little snapback there. Great reaction time from Nero to actually stay up.
Yeah, I mean, the fact he's able to pop Deddy, turn around, reposition. Hook goes hunting, but it's going to be a 3-0 start. And, I mean, very quickly did they get B. Almost a transition over towards A. The snap onto Brezzy. Pretty clean. Not able to find the kill, but his teammate will. As Gio inside of Ruggs, Purge right outside of the A point.
Yeah, I mean, Nero's snapping, whether it's to get out of fights or into them. He is snappy. We'll see if he can continue that through the course of it. But yeah, first point done. Not able to win the one-on-one is Purge. So the pressure kind of alleviated for now, but who's that kind of pushed all the way out? That'll be Brezzy kind of on that B street. Hoping he can stagger this maybe a little bit. And he's able to at least get one as they start to build up. But it's going to take some time. I mean, you're basically back to step 1 if you're Legion.
Yeah, I mean, Gio there with a team kill. So Arceus is hoping to find one, able to do so. Well, Brezzy now with the MCW, just taking control of blue. Stun does, I don't know who that hit. Did that go like through a window and hit Gio? I don't know, but he's thinking there's one in blue because he threw a stun top blue. I don't know if it bounced or what. So they know there's presence over that side of the map. On the other side, Abusa does get taken down. So you at least have control of A street. You see what this does to the defense. Now they're all pretty much in one little pocket of the map.
Yeah, every gunfight so massive right now. You go 2 for 1 so far, make it 3 for 1. Attach, making some plays. Abusa waiting for his teammates to spawn up and fight with him. You've gotten, what, 1, make it 2 onto the point. You got Attach there. He's going to drop. Purge going to be the next guy out. Purge is going to drop to a nade.
Some tough timing for Attach. He's trying to drop a trophy down, but Gio still here, runs out of bullets. That would have been the 3rd, and probably Nero onto the point. But does not happen, runs out of ammo. He was the last player just trying to play his life. And yeah, for Attach, he was on. He was kind of lurking around Laundry there for a bit. It was like, do I get on the point? Do I not? Goes onto the point, puts a trophy down, but he gets shot. You would have had 2 players on it instead. He gets taken off. So some nice pressure there,
yeah,
from Vegas, but you end up with 3 ticks.
Yeah, you just would have loved it. Even if you get 1 there, like just something onto A. You know how this map can play out. Granted, in round 5, who the hell knows what's going to happen, but always would like to have the advantage for a defense, and I thought maybe they get a tick there, but so he got the trophy out, and then what?
I think he got shot around the corner. He was like jumping around.
Yeah, and then the frag, like I thought, got Purged right after.
Maybe the trophy didn't get down.
There was a trophy there, I swear. Yeah. That's why I'm surprised Purge died. I'd have to see it again. This game, everything happens so fast, but I thought he got the trophy out. Well, pretty solid defense from Surge now. See what they can do on an attack, and just like I wanted to watch Nero, I mean, the opening gunfights, I mean, the first time was Nero taking out Hook, now Hook taking out Nero. They should be bumping into each other more often than not, especially before this B cap gets finished. But trying to make some progress. Purge, though, with the gunfight through mid, going to be able to collapse. You got 1 person spawning out close A, I believe. It's going to be Arceus working his way up. Did he spawn close A, or he just
I thought he was lurking the whole time.
No, you're probably right. You're probably right.
He may have got a closer spawn, but he just starts to lurk on over, and we've seen that work out.
That close spawn can come in randomly sometimes.
Yeah, very rarely,
yeah.
But sometimes just a player transitions. Just kind of, you send 3 over towards B, and like you're hoping that player around A search could just get onto the A point, and then who knows, chaos ensues. They went on 1-on-1, maybe 2 of them, and get that point, but Surge now going to focus towards B.
Yeah, well, sure, sometimes you're just holding that A street forever. Like, I haven't seen a damn person. I'm going to move my way up. Yeah. I'm getting bored here. I'm going to move my way up. Hoop might be the person with a chance to do that. You're going to have to send somebody over to deal with him, because they know he just got a kill on that side. Hoop kind of keeping them honest towards A. That's likely going to lead to B finishing, because they kind of send 2 to deal with him, make sure he can't find any kind of weird opening, make it a bit scrappy, and transition now off of the first capture. Some big kills from Legion. Sort of stop it and reset, kind of like what happened to them, honestly. Like, they kind of had to get back to square 1 when they were trying their attack onto A. It looks like same thing for Surge now.
Yeah, but RC's just staying alive middle of the map. But yeah, you can see number 8 in Purge. 8 and 4, 3 in a row. But he is just hanging out on that street around those Humvees. As RC's inside a cafe, they're going to know he is there now. On the other side, you have Attach kind of lurking up B Street. He's just hoping to find a flank here, and I think it's going to work out. Maybe not. Abuza does turn. And Abuza able to find the kill. So nice job by Abuza. But on the other side, Purge holding strong.
Exactly. You win that gunfight if you're Purge.
Don't know. Fire or jumped off?
I saw out of the corner of my eye that he popped up on the feed. I didn't realize it was like a suicide. But I was at first like, no arrows looking at him. I was like, who just beamed him? And then I realized what happened.
I think it was fire.
Okay. Well, you know, fire does hurt, Joe.
I'm not sure why there's randomly fire on the map, but
oh, you know,
I have lots of questions sometimes.
At one point, we had an avalanche that would hit midway through the map.
Yeah, we did. We did, but it's okay. Off spawn.
That was horrible.
Yeah, Purge, he's up to 10 and 5 now.
Oh.
Yeah, we're all good. Doesn't matter. So, Legion, right back to locking this down. Well, we're tied in ticks, so far so good. But there's going to be one more push here for Surge.
Hey, players, you want to go scan? Nice kills there. Now from Legion. Just keep them at bay. No real opportunity. You had 2 down. It's a big gunfight win from Nero in the sense it might have been like a 2-on-2 and got a little bit scrappy towards A, but they solidify. The defense holding strong. Looking like we're going to be tied up 3-3. I don't remember what the life advantage was, but I think you're holding it right now if you're Legion. You had like 6 or 7 advantage there, I think.
That's such a strong defense. No real opportunity. You had one point where you were able to get on A if you were Vegas.
Like really? You mean like RC's like early?
No, Vegas.
Oh, you're talking round 1. Yeah.
Oh, right, so he did fall off the... Oh, no, he fell off the map. Oh, he tried to get around here. Oh. I didn't even know you could do that.
What was that? Was that Scream in the game, or was that... Who just did that? Oh!
I think that was you, actually.
What was that?
That was your sound. That was your
Was that our production team?
Yeah.
Absolute clowns in there.
Well,
I love you all.
I think they take after you.
I hope so. We'll be partying. My producer said, "Are you the round started?"
Yeah. He said, "Lock in, Clint."
I'm sorry. That Scream got me good though. It really did.
I didn't even know you could go that far. So.
No, it's the first time I'd seen that.
My bad. There's no fire.
Same result though. Dead Purge. Tries to peek. Geo makes him pay. So far, clean and effective. Efficient here towards B. Working towards that second bit of progress. Now you're getting that next push up if you are Surge.
Yeah, they send Abuza. You know, sometimes if that one player gets on through, finds a kill or two, maybe it's retake time, but does not happen. Brezzy, though, on the transition, slows things down here for Vegas. Attach and Geo going to try to find some space to maybe make you play, and they find it. So this is actually great, but you do have RCs all the way up A-side street.
Yeah, honestly, I was going to say, like, similar to the other 2 rounds, like you get some clutch kills, like defensively, right, as that point finishes, but he got the 2. The other 2 just kind of sprint on forward, and things start coming apart as Geo snap-a-doodle do. He's on 7, you're on to A, and you are a threat right now if you are Legion.
Yeah, again, those 2 transition guys, Attach and Geo, they set up the play. They're able to find RCs on the street. The second tick coming on through. It looks like that nade does connect, so it's only 1 player on this right now. Here comes Brezzy and RC's to try to retake. RC's wins his, and I love this from Purge. Just back down, play your life. But RC's found a second, and RC's behind his double. We'll slow it down, but you now have, what, a 6 life advantage, and you got the second tick in.
I got to see that again, and why, like, I didn't think that many players died from Surge right before. Like, Nero got 1. Like, why they were playing so deep already? Because usually, like, if you're Brezzy and you get 2, you shouldn't be able to sprint that, like, get that much space for free.
Well, no, you're spawned all the way back parking lot.
Yeah, but, like, I guess I didn't think they had that many off spawn. But maybe I'm faded.
Well, yeah, Booza died on that transition, and yeah, the last player must have just been over back gas.
Yeah.
But Geo, Attach, they found that opening, and it turns into 2 ticks. Seeking, they find the 3rd.
Yeah, I was just thinking, oh, it's reset time, and they were like, nope, it's time to go hunting.
They knew the timing. You saw him running.
Yeah. They find a massive opening, and I mean, you'd love to get the round victory here, obviously, but Hook trying to slow him down. He's on 5 in a row. Chance to get a cruise. He's only got 3, though, in the clip. and that might be problematic.
Was way more than 3.
Oh, it's just bugs. Sorry. I saw the 3 bottom right, and I'm like, he has not reloaded. But
he's trying to play for the cruise, right? You have the cruise on Geo. And a nice job here from Surge again. That was Arcees who made the plays. Him and Rezi to find that break over towards A. The round was done. Then they get map control. Don't allow Vegas to make any more plays. So you do get 5 ticks in the round, but Surge with the W.
Yeah, now basically what? You get 6 here, you win. You get 5, it's going to go to lives. See if they can get a little more success than they did in the first attack, just walking away with that B capture. See if they can find a moment, because they really didn't get one in the first opportunity. Really just Legion has had their chances. Geo's having a hell of a map at 22 and 17. Nobody really kind of popping off on the Surge side, but you are up 2-1 and still a chance to walk away with this map. But we'll still stick with Hook because he's the guy carrying the 5 spree into this.
Yeah, he knows, right? He's got the MCW out. He's trying to find a crossfire with the teammates. Again, just keeping a player over towards A Street and Arcees. Maybe there's a transition. They have B dom control, but Hook's just trying to find number 6. Like, please, let me get a cruise missile.
He's just lurking for a freebie, and that timing could not have been worse. All right, as he goes to slide out, you know, I was worried with the amount of time that he was spending trying to set up for that it might kind of impact the efficiency of their capture here, but it doesn't. You get this done beautifully. Hook able to get one right off a spawn. Nice syntax there to get 2 right as things might fall apart. Now a lot of work to do if you're a Surge because you're all coming off spawn.
Yeah, at least there's nobody up A Street. You do have Attach kind of lurking B Street, but he's going to be giving comms. There's nothing pushing this way, so his teammates know. Focus on Cafe. Focus on A Search. It's exactly what is happening. You see all those white arrows. Kind of ready for this fight. Not an easy gunfight. It's Persh on the Humvee. Able to take him down.
Now you're kind of in this spot where, yeah, there's nobody pushed up A that far, but you're trying to work up through mid and B, and you just not a real good opportunity where you're like getting the first 2 openers there. You're finally able to kind of get those 2 kills, maybe a third. Geo though, oh my God, I guess Attach gets the final bullet, but chalk that one up to Geo and Attach. He's on 4 in a row now up to 28-18. He was the hot hand coming into this round. He's going to continue it here.
Yeah, and Geo and Attach, I mean, this duo, sort of the second line defense have been so good in so many of these moments, and yeah, Geo stepping up. He has been so consistent for this team.
Well, and it's been a lot different than like the last time you and I cast them here. It was all Nero kind of getting in behind enemy lines, just being a threat at all times, going on 10 sprees. Just you're seeing it kind of done now a little more with the MCWs, that back line just laying in damage, getting kills, being a threat at all times. And they've become, yeah, solid little duo here quickly, considering Geo. It's been a handful of months.
Yeah, Surge though up towards back loop. They'll try to start their attack from there. Who's able to find 1? There's 2. That's 3 dead. Last player is Purge. You can just leave him. Leave him on the A Street. That's going to be the call. He's going to try to get some shots in to help his teammates off spawn. Maybe they can find 1, but it's 2 onto A. A chance here for Surge. You do have the cruise, but I don't... What is going to be the play call? They're going to go for the guns. In the nades. See what they can find.
Trophy. Eating up what it can. Purge and Geo. Solid job on the retake. Abusa going to be the last one up, and Purge with the ice again. Gets some massive kills there. He's 20 and 13. And just like you had to do if you were Legion to kind of clutch up in that one crucial moment, you're able to do the same here. Push this to around 5. It's looking like nobody close enough to get onto the point. And yeah, both teams had their one big threat. Both defenses did just enough to hold on.
Yeah, it's always tough, right? Like, I feel like Surge, you kind of saw them just swarming on in. And those players getting to the point, they're just trying not to get shot by Purge. You're trying to get picked by a player off spawn because they know if things really slow down on that progress, Vegas could take their time. It becomes that much harder. Purge is still alive A Street. Like, maybe if you get that 3rd player onto the point, that becomes a little different. But it doesn't happen. Nice retake there from Legion.
Yeah, it's just pretty rare you get that like 3-person stack. Yeah, I know that's when it really starts to ramp up.
You had one player all the way push up gas, but nobody pushed that way. You kind of all retook it from Laundry and Cafe.
so few opportunities for you. Probably not thinking about it half the time. Like, just kind of thinking about the kills, help those two guys out. I mean, 2 seems like a luxury at times to get on to A. This final round, he did enough defensively if you are Legion. I guess they got it down to lives, right? Because it ended up being a tie in ticks, I believe. They've got somebody quickly onto A, though. Arcities. Just trying to stay up. There's too many nades that come in. Trophy blown away. Eventually, he is as well.
And how they want to play this, right? Because Abuza got off of B. They were thinking A. The 2 players were trying to help Arcities on the cross. So let's say you just go right back to B. You had Atachi was lurking, but he gets taken down. But now it's Persia's turn. Right through dark B dom area. He knows there's 3 off his spawn.
Now Purge just had to get some clutch kills at times, and he's been able to do that. Oh God, the nade hits right as he goes to shoot. You know how hard it can be to just keep the aim locked in as that happens. So Atachi able to win a wild one, but then from there on out, you lock it down if you're Surge. You try to push out behind those 3 kills. All 3 going to be spawning back gas and kind of gun up and ready for the pressure. Able to take out 1, able to take out 2. Atachi the lone guy up, and he's going to drop. Now, what do you do with this? Just take some map control, try to get to your spots.
Yeah, and again, every single time, it's kind of Arcities, the man sort of lurking A street, trying not to allow Purge to get into that spot that he's in now. But Purge able to win the gunfight, so you just get into your standard setup here if you are Vegas Legion.
And that's a big one, though. Just kind of let you get up bridge side. Well, doesn't end up being that big because Arcities rips your head off nearly instantly, and now, uh-oh, 2 are going to drop. Purge, though, able to spawn up and get the trade. Geo through with 1. Brezzy gonna drop. Purge just comes off spawn, able to win 2 big ones.
Yeah, you got the map positioning, just couldn't find the last couple of kills. And don't forget, yeah, Geo still has a crew, so in case things get really bad for them, you try to put it on that point. Not the easiest thing to do. We have seen some misses over towards A. With how much they've been on the objective, you still have a minute. Lives pretty close. But the map control going to be the problem here for Surge.
Yeah, map control and time. Because, yeah, where you are right now, God, by the time you're able to actually clear over towards A, that's going to be about all you're going to have to work with. Probably that 1 attack, if you even get there. And you're hoping you can be as efficient as possible to get there as quickly as you can, because it'd be one thing if you had a tick or 2 done today, and you need like 1 more hit, as streaks now start to come in. Geo on 32, looking to line 1 home and through the door, but not able to connect. That's a gimme.
Yeah, but look at this. Brezzy does sneak on A, so there was a bit of an opening. I don't hate the idea from Geo, right? Just deal with their push with the crews. But it looks like Brezzy, he's going to be all by his lonesome. They're able to find all of his teammates. Does win a gunfight, but he's got no trophy. And now not much time here for Surge. They have to go. 20 seconds, 7 lives. You got to run across the map.
Yeah, maybe if you pick up Geo in the back and you're able to kill him, like...
Well, you got another one. Percy's on 6 now, so another cruise. That's not going to help.
No, it is not. Well, depending on what side you're talking about, it sure helps Legion. They clear all 4. They win the round 5. The battle of defense, they do it just a little bit better. A frustrating one there for Surge. Couple opportunities, but for the most part, a step ahead if you are Vegas Legion. They'll take the edge 2-1. Geo has a hell of a map. Purge, honestly,
he ends up with 30 plus.
Yeah, there were several times, and Purge's kills, like, not to discount Geo. Geo was a beast, but like there were a couple times where they'd be like 2 dead and Purge just get a 2-piece. Like multiple times, or maybe it was a time he was gonna be a threat and Purge just put it on lock.
Yeah, he leads the
6,000 damage there from Purge.
Yes.
Woo!
Hook with 6,200 as we look at our scoreboard here. Boozing out with the best map.
How about this story for Purge, man? Like you're thinking Major 1 after some of the performances, like this guy's dropped. They keep him, they trust in him. And he has been big for them at times, putting on some monster maps. It's, I don't know. I've really been enjoying kind of watching his story because I thought this guy was back to challengers, and he has proved me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, this entire team, right? I mean, just everyone taking turns, and I think that's what's awesome to watch. Like, we talked about Nero and Attach, and now you get these other 2 stepping up.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, just based on last time we cast him on this, just Nero, just how fun he could be here, and hearing him afterwards, just he's like, I was locked. Like, Yeah, he was. It was amazing, but it was the other guys stepping up throughout the course of this one. Doing a good job to sort of keeping Hook at bay. I mean, Hook, I know, ends up with 6,000 damage or whatever, just making sure, like, not too many individual moments where he takes over a round. And just, I mean, you know, you heard the comms there in the hard point, right? They were so good, clean, good small talk. I mean, control is probably where it's most important, and in any of those like threatening or scary moments, like you could tell the teamwork was there.
Yeah, they took their time, they grouped up, they made sure they used their nades, got red trophies. I like the way they retook A lot of the times. It wasn't through like back dash. They got inside a mannequin, laundry, kind of took it from that mid street, then allow them to get picked off with spawn. Comes to a round 5. It was tied in the ticks, but the kills went to Vegas Legion. Yeah, there were some chances there for Seattle Surge, but Control still biting them in the ass.
Yeah, no, it certainly is. And yeah, I mean, I know, you know, slang doesn't mean a whole lot sometimes because a round 5 could just kind of wipe things off the board, but it just felt like that edge was kind of going their way the entire time.
Yeah, Map 1 had these moments, right, where close game, someone pops off, someone makes a play. Same thing here. It was Geo and Purge who end up with cruises. Map 1, we saw that from Attach. So they're just having these moments here in Respawn, but we're headed over to Rio Hardpoint.
Okay, well now as we go to Rio, and this becomes, you know, a lot less about what you can do with the MCW and maybe some of your playmakers behind the rival who you looking to pop off and shine here.
I mean, maybe your guy Nero, right? And then who can he keep it up?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's just it. I mean, you have the rivals. Maybe, you know, I don't know if he's been having the best series, but Abuza for Seattle Surge, if they want to take this to a map 5, right? Just he could be your flex guy here.
Okay. All right. Well, this is all kind of deciding who's going to be in winner's bracket, who's going to be in that top 8 as we get ready for Major 2. Tickets on sale. If you want to go to Miami, I mean, this could be, listen, a little bit of COD, a little bit of vacation. Get yourself in the pool, head to the beach. I mean, what is it? What are the temperatures there right now? I don't even know.
75, 80?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been like 70 here. Honestly, in Columbus, we've had some beautiful weather. And it'll be 30 the next day, but, you know.
I think that is what's going to happen. No, seriously.
Old Midwest weather. We've seen just about everything. We'll have a tornado one day and a blizzard the next. It's been interesting, but not what's going to be in Miami. Miami is going to be sunshine, sexy.
Probably rain for an hour, and then it'll go away, and then come back. That's Florida weather.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really is. But tickets on sale if you want to go. And if you're watching right now, I mean, this Vegas Legion team, you're thinking they got a real chance to maybe make some noise at this next major and make a run. Because, you know, listen, as much as it looks lopsided with the top 4, something tells me that's not going to be the top 4. Like, something will happen. Somebody, bro.
I don't know.
I hear you. It seems so clear-cut, but something will happen at a major, bro.
You're not wrong. It happened at Major 1, but just looking at breaking metrics here throughout Major 2 qualifiers, much better for Vegas Legion. Ranking 2nd, a big part of their hardpoint success. And see what it does through those breaks, earning those points.
Yeah, 2nd overall, getting 14.6 per break. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the course of this. I mean, they did have some moments in the first hard point where they were able to get some fantastic breaks.
That's what it was, yeah.
The thing I think I love the most from them was just the listening was honestly fantastic. What was the one that was really good the other day, too? It was Optic last week that we had. It was really, really solid listening. That's one of my favorite parts. I mean, I love commentating with you and chatting through it, but just hearing these guys in various moments. You know, listen, our producers calling forward at one, you know, a point and a hard point. Sometimes it's when you're getting slammed. Sometimes it's when you're ahead. Sometimes it's when you're flowing. It's just, it's cool throughout the course of the year to kind of step in with these teams and hear the comms. But Attach his Invasion hardpoint versus LAT. You can see this is one where he popped off. He's been terrific in all modes. We're just pointing out one of the hardpoints where he's really dominated. 33 and 14, the damage dealer. And in the first one, I mean, he kind of had the kills. He had damage. He had hill time. He had almost 2 minutes. Like, he was kind of doing it all. We'll see who you're going to rely on here, though.
Yeah, here at Real Hardpoint, you see 2-2 for Vegas Legion, 0-1 for Surge. And I think just looking at the major, we always discuss map pool. This is going to be, I think, an important one for all of our teams to have in the back pocket. You're really testing your roster, having a 3rd sub at times. And I think both of these squads have great 3rd subs, so we'll see what happens here. But I think for Seattle Surge, especially with a struggling Respawn, they would love to make Rio Hardpoint a little bit better So they can use it in series like this to get them to a game 5 and another S&D.
These first couple hard points, no. Scrappy they can be at times. Currently kind of owning that right side of the map will be Legion, but still a bit of time to work with here across the point. Brezzy and RC's, though, able to get some kills. So now you're going to try and push this through if you can and flip, and you're able to do just that. 2 players going to spawn out opposite side if they're Legion. And everybody drops. Outside of one that's gotten behind, it's really just Brezzy in position, and it's Purge. It's Purge again. Like in one of those moments where maybe you're losing spawns, you have 3 dead, he kills 3, and suddenly they flip again.
Yeah, I mean, he's the last player alive, able to win that gunfight. And then his teammates just collapse on the hill. Now you have a trophy down. You're set up here for P2. And look at Geo, number 6. What is this timing going to be like for him? It's going to be fantastic. He buys enough time through the middle of the map. That is going to be all 4 dead. And now look at this map control if you are Vegas Legion. Purge is just making sure Seattle Surge doesn't spawn behind him. But they are not. We can confirm. They're good.
Yeah, Geo had time to hit up the arcade there for a moment. They had him pushed out so far, but he finally will drop 4 in a row for attach. Shine. Did with a pistol for a 5th, but not going to happen there. You're going to be looking at, what, about an 80 to 15 point advantage. Still throwing some bodies at this if you are Seattle Surge, but I mean, as scrappy as this point can be and as difficult as it can be to hold, yeah, when you've got them spawning out across the map, it leads to a very healthy amount of time there.
Yeah, and a lot of teams at times maybe don't send the player on that box's break. Because if that goes wrong, yeah, and then you know that pinch is coming on through, or maybe they just bully their way up that driveway, that's when P2 can get really sketchy.
Well, part of it, too, is just that Purge got all 3 of those right as the new hard point's going to pop, right? Like, kind of allows you to push it out a little bit. You take a gamble, and it pays off. And then you break. You know, talking about being second and breaking and the points you're going to get off of that, here comes another one.
Yeah, that one player is alive in RC's. He might help them break it back. Just kind of lurking.
You want to break my back, Joe?
I don't know about that. You're a very big man. Manero's on 5, does get taken down. But he has a break from Vegas, and just one of those hills you want back if you are Surge.
It was the breaks in the map 1. We'll see if they can continue it here. The lead just continues to grow.
It's got to be better. They need a response here at P4.
It feels like it has to be here. I mean, you just get cut through again, and this one might be done. I mean, look at the slaying right now across. Like, if you're Seattle Surge, it's been a frustrating opening 3 hard points.
Oh boy.
You get that first one, second will fall. A gunfight about to go down the other side. RC's at least able to pick up 1 now, try to transition across, but Nade's going to hit as well. It's still become a mess. It's still another break. The frustration is continuing for Seattle Surge. Break after break after break. Legion, they're just outplaying them.
Yeah, but maybe you have a chance here to get back into it. Hook and Brezzy, the subs, able to find some kills. So nice response. Much needed response here from Surge. But yeah, it started with that first kill. I think it was on the Hook, and then you saw the pinch develop. They had to get off the hill, off the point, try to pick it on up.
But I think, like, even if you do get back in here, like, they make the beginning of this hard point messy at the first 30 seconds. You know, they get a little bit of time. They keep them out of the point. It then allows for a rotation now for Legion to try and set up. We've seen how Legion can do off the breaks, how good they've been there. Now what can they do with some early control? How can they do on the holding side of things?
Well, nades are going to connect, and you can already see Surge not in the best spot for now. Looks like they're going to wait for everybody off his spawn. Where do they want to start this push from? Through P1, but Geo waiting. Purge on the other side near the stairs, waiting. He's able to find a kill. Now, RC's and Hook do get them off the hill for a few seconds. It looks like the numbers will be here for Surge for a moment. But quickly come the reinforcements in attaching Geo.
Yeah, you had like felt like a 10-second window there where you were going to have numbers, but you thought the race was going to favor over to Seattle Surge, but it's just been a multi-kill or somebody going beast mode. It's Geo who kills the entire squad. He is lighting up. Give him more. Papa's hungry. As Geo makes the play, and the frustrations bigger and bigger and bigger for Surge.
Yeah, we'll see how Major II goes, but quickly putting himself in sort of that Rookie of the Year conversation with the way he has transformed Vegas Legion, or helped them transform into this team. But 120-point lead here for Vegas Legion.
You know how much of that is based on the success of the team? I know stats are important, but like, This team has been different, and they've been fun to watch. We'll see what kind of run they can make once we get to the major, but they're trying to win out their final couple of qualifier matches. They got one more against Boston, but right now up 100. Looking to win this map to close out the series. Surge, you got to be desperate now. There's been frustrating moments throughout. You're trying to bring it back down 100. Let's go to a listen now with Seattle Surge.
I got 10.
No?
On my small. On my bench right now. Let's watch out the pinch boxes, guys. Play tight, okay?
There's nothing boxes.
Wanna get my shots?
I pinch boxes.
I will drop you first. Bench is on me. Bench is dead.
I gave a box. I gave a box.
Two last long, guys. One first. Close to me. He's weak.
He's stunned.
Attack and purge.
To be careful. To be sharp.
Nice. Attack was there. Nice, that's him. We're gonna stay behind down the shot here, okay? Watch out the pitch. Shot. Can you get them? I can push up.
No, he's
I don't have
ramp.
I'm holding back. I'm pause. Geo, one shot. I've got some time. You get.
Look my ramp.
I'm standing above you guys, you can chow. Shot. He's dead.
Yo, choke on me and attach.
Didn't track.
He's absolute.
That's on 20, bro. That's on you, bro.
That's on the track.
Yeah, he's having a track, guys. Watch out me, I'm behind that dog. Dead.
Could be another here.
You can get this shit back, guys.
Pause.
Dead. Nice.
I need deep. I'm trying to box right now.
Yeah, me too.
Attack.
Mid-light.
That was good.
Nice.
Stay alive.
Play deep with me.
If you guys are high stuff.
I'm gonna be honest.
Absolute Geo.
That's fine. You guys work right together, okay? I'm gonna go left.
Yeah.
Some solid moments there, picking up some time, but Gio being the Reaper there as we get ready for our next hard point. Legion up the bat.
He's finding these timings, he's open. It reminds me of like Shotzi gameplay, right? Where he's going on these flanks when Surge are not ready for it. It has turned into multiple multi-kills throughout this game, but Surge do get on through with about 35 seconds left. Trying to stay alive, starting to get going now is Abuza. He's up to 16, his duo and Brezzy up to 19. But guess who? It's Gio with another double. He's up to 22 kills, and that's going to put Vegas Legion now very close from winning the match.
Well, you're seeing Gio get loose, find these timings, feel like you're going to need Hoop to start doing that. He's 12 and 25. They're going to need to have every break, every hold, every moment if they're going to get this one done. Up next on rotation with a couple of seconds left, you'll see Legion are there and ready to get it done. 25 seconds needed to close this out. But you get here in time to at least make this a bit messy early. Some key gunfights going down. So far, you have the numbers. If you are Surge, they're surviving, sure, but is it going to be too little too late? You just got slammed through the opening 4 hard points.
Yeah, much better second half of the game so far for Surge. And it looks like Vegas Legion go for a pretty long break here. You're going to have Nero and Persian working through the middle of the map. And they're going to find the first kill. And then look at that, white arrows. We are going, we are fighting. Gonna try to break this hill. They have the numbers, and RC's taken down.
I mean, he was alive longer than I thought he was gonna be.
Beautiful stuff again from this Vegas team, and they have the tick. They win here.
They're looking to just be the better team right now. It's what we thought going in, and nothing has changed. Persian Nero through on the feed. I think you get the tick here if you get all of the time, but they get off it for a moment, so not gonna be able to win it here. So you get the rest of this time. One more break, and that should seal the deal. You get to 249. Surge will have another chance to hold, but you still need about 100 points. I mean, you need absolute and literal perfection if you're going to bring this back to your Surge. But Gio, guess what? He's still dancing on you.
Yeah, he's going to find another one with the MCW.
He's disgusting.
And there we go. Woo! Nero on the point. Vegas with another W in Major II Qualifiers. They got one more game tomorrow, but it has been an impressive run here.
And listen, I mean, I know Attach has been sort of the consistent rock star, right? Like, if you look at the stats overall, but like, you see Gio, Nero, Purge, maybe they don't have the consistency of Attach, and you get that maybe if you're attaching that role, but like, they all have that pop-off ability. They all have that takeover ability, and I mean, Gio, he was impressive in this series. Absolutely unreal.
Yeah, no, I think Gio is literally at like a 1.02 in all 3 game modes. Like, he's just been doing his thing. But here he has those pop-off moments. Leading the way in damage, 4,600 attached right behind him. You see the untraded kills, non-traded kills. Ooh, and those turn into those breaks. As Vegas now 4 wins, 4-2.
No, I think like Ali kind of joked the one time. I think she was talking about like LAG, but it was like they always have like one person that pops off, but like you never have like that another guy, like somebody else kind of going off. You get one consistent person, but like when you have attaches being so consistent, you see like one other guy sometimes like have those moments, have those big plays, and right now I just feel like any of those three guys can do it, man.
I
Like,
think they just have they know how they want to play this game. I did not.
they do. I mean, the listen, it was terrific. It was.
They have a very high game sense, how they want to play each map, how they want to break kills, and they're doing it to a T.
And, you know, you can see there on the game flow, it was never really one that was in contention. From P2 onward, they held on to a lead. When they needed breaks, they were there. When they needed to be messy and just get them out of the hill, they did it. Every second felt so hard fought if you were Seattle Surge. Like, nothing came easy, ever. Even the one where they probably got the most time, I think the P2, where we went to listen, and, like, it still seemed stressful. It did.
Yeah, I mean, in that listen, you just had 2 players alive, causing havoc. Brezi's like just finessing around, putting trophies on his feet. But yeah, I mean, again, the best thing for Seattle Surge is how Major 1 went. They have another Major coming up.
Chance
Never
to
know what's going to happen.
You know, they've complained some about some of their online woes being in Vancouver. It's been tough. You get to land, maybe that mentality kind of shifts and you can make a run. But for Joe and I, that'll do it for today. We'll get over to our desk now to break it down. Take it away, Chrissy Poo.
Thank you, Maybe Pooh. We got Alley Cat and Mr. Nameless here on the desk to break down that match. All of us, including the fans, correct in the prediction. And Alley, you said it was going to take a miracle for the Surge to win. They got a search and destroy victory. Were they close anywhere else?
No, they were not really close anywhere else. We obviously went to a round 5 in Invasion, but that's just the way that Control plays out because it's very defensive heavy. And unfortunately for Seattle Surge, it was going to be the Vegas Legion that got those ticks to secure that round 5 defense.
Vegas Legion is now looking at a 4-2 record. They could finish with a 5-2 record and a top 5 seed. This is kind of the writing of the course they were looking for. Everyone who originally questioned the move to put Gio in instead of Standy, I think we all have to admit to ourselves, we were wrong. Vegas knew what they were doing.
Yeah, and this stage has been the silencer to all those haters. I mean, you look at this Vegas Legion squad and what they've been able to do, right? Like, they bring in Gio, and since bringing him in, everybody has just been so much better. Watching these guys play Hardpoint, it really is beautiful. I mean, you heard in the listening, everybody's cool, calm, and collected. And when these guys need to break a hill or they need to make something happen, it happens so methodically. Like, it's not out of pace. Like, nobody's playing faster than another player on the team. Everybody's in the right spot at the right time. Like, it is strategically, fundamentally sound Call of Duty in those respawns. It's so impressive the turnaround that they've had. And, you know, Clint and Joe are talking a little bit about it. Like, people having their pop-off moments, that is a sign when you have a great Call of Duty team. Like, when a different person is taking over, they're following the game script and they get put in a position to find success and find those kills. And that's why Vegas is having so much success, man. The fundamentals are on point.
Ali, it looks like a lot of frustration over there in the Surge camp. You are now looking at a 1-5 record going into Miami, potentially 1-6 if you don't clutch up in your final match. They finished top 6, though, at Boston. Can they finish top 6 with their current lineup?
I'm going to go with no. I don't think many people disagree with this take that Seattle, I would not be shocked if there was a change post-Miami.
Okay, let's talk about that when it's time. Right now, though, we have our scuff play of the game. You ready for this one?
Sure.
Who do you think it is?
I think it could be anybody. I think it might be Gio slamming. All right, it's going to be Attached, probably on his H Street. Yeah, I mean, Attach he's so good, man. And, you know, right before this one, we were saying, like, Attach is still a star player in this league. Finds a bunch of kills here, backs up, and just plays his life because he knows how important a cruise missile can be. Wins a crazy gunfight top AC to get it.
And I think what's most impressive about Attach is that we all know how good of a player he is. I mean, there's obviously championships under his belt, but a lot of times when these players get put on teams that maybe are a little bit less favorable at the beginning of the season, they don't consistently put up numbers the way that he has. Like, since the start of the season, Attach has been doing this, and now finally Vegas has found that groove and found the roster that works with him, and now we're seeing all of this success. So I just think this has been a huge overturn for Vegas Legion as a franchise in a whole.
It's nice to see an organization buy into Attach again, you know? Like, believe in him, build around him, and give him a situation to succeed. He's top 5 in everything. Kid's a beast.
Still a beast on top of the game, a world champ from AEW, and he's joined by 3 very young players. One of them now in our Monster Winner Spotlight, Gio. Welcome to the winner circle, my friend. And I want to start here. Just catch me up. What was your career path to where you're at now in Vegas Legion?
I mean, I was just playing with homies, and then eventually homies just made me scrim, and then out of nowhere, I just enjoyed the competition. I enjoyed like playing, and then it just kept going on from there, basically.
Gio, first and foremost, I want to congratulate you on a incredible series out of you specifically. This is definitely the best showing that I think we've gotten from you thus far. I want to pick your brain a bit because you guys put a real hard point in this series again, even though you lost it to LA Thieves. What was kind of the biggest takeaway from that real hard point that you brought into today to end up getting that W?
So when we played them, I was running an AR. We were running 2 ARs, and so we realized it wasn't working. Our pace wasn't fast enough. So then I pulled out the sub, and then our pace was really good. The Slain was there, and our team was there. So it just came down to I pulled out a sub, and then we started trying.
Absolutely.
Gio, you guys look so clean cut today, especially in Hardpoint. Clearly, you guys have put a ton of work into that game mode. Going into the major, I think a lot of people have you guys as like a top 6 team. What's it going to take for you guys to get into the top 4? What do you need to work on?
We just need to really work on our S&D. Our S&D is definitely like our weakest point. So like right now we're going to be hard focused on S&D, clean up our control just a little bit, and then we'll see what happens from there, basically.
What kind of work goes into being a pro player when you're not playing matches?
VOD, a lot of VOD, and I'd just be chilling. Usually I just chill with some friends after like our game. That's basically it. I'd just be chilling.
And final question for you. If you had to describe your gameplay as an animal, what animal would you choose?
A tiger.
Tiger. He's fierce.
I got another follow-up. Gio, I want to ask, like, you know, obviously you've been around COD for a little bit and challengers, trying to make your way up. Were there any players you try to like emulate your gameplay after? Or anybody you sort of watched on your come up?
I watched a lot of Scump, and then recently I watched a lot of Scrap. My play style is similar to Scrap. We play very fast, and we're good, so that's basically it.
There you have it. Gio, thank you so much for joining us. That is your Monster Winner Spotlight. We hope to see you more in Miami next week.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
And great stuff from Vegas Legion. They opened things up with our first dub of the day, and now we take a look at our overall standings. I wanted to key in and see where is Las Vegas currently, because after our first Boston event, they were down on the bottom 4. They are now officially into our top 7. They have 65 points, just 5 behind Seattle Surge after that win.
Listen, Puck, it's been a long time since we've seen Vegas Legion in that top 8 heading into a major, and this early in the season. I think it is incredible all around.
Well, when does Vegas play again, Nameless? You'll know if you sync your calendar. It's happening against Clayster and crew tomorrow.
Yeah, sync your calendars. Get updated when your favorite team plays and all the other teams as well. Just scan that QR code or head over to callofdutyleague.com/schedule.
And of course, you can catch all of your favorite players live in Miami. We're heading down south. You can join us. Scan that QR code. Get your tickets today for Miami Heretics Major II Tournament presented by GamerG. When we come back, it's the battle for LA. Are you wearing red or purple? Let us know, chat.
Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Red dot, and he's gonna chase it. Hungry for the streak. Checks it. Go! Yes, Come on, son. You cannot ask for more than that. The 3rd kill for Fame as well. Give me the AC screams in the player cam.
On my bookstore.
Oh, okay.
Vale. No tengo encima mía. Me acabo de tirar stun.
He's planted. The bomb is on B. Literally on B. If I get that one, I'll get an ace to say. Ace!
GG.
Did I?
What is this
9 and
little
4.
spot? What?
Oh, that looks very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable.
No, it does, yeah.
You're basically balancing your nipples on a metal pole.
For something that's a talent.
Yeah?
Down to 3 for either side. This is going to be it. Last-ditch attempt. Flying on the point. Joe Deceives gets his. But 3 seconds to go. You've got to get on the zone, lad. Fresh mag. Send it. Wins it. Oh, my God. It's a 2v1. Diamond Con. Can you do it? The boys are on the capture. It's now a 1v1. What a round of control. Diamond Con, if you win this. God damn, what a round.
It's round 9. Welcome back, everybody. The battle for LA is live once again. LAG versus LA Thieves. And we've always seen the Thieves normally higher on the leaderboard. Nothing is different today. LAG has been riding the struggle bus. Meanwhile, the Thieves have been riding high.
Although that may be true historically, when it is the Battle of LA, LAG always comes out on top with a 7-1 record.
All right, let's take a look here at our contestants, starting with the squad from the Thieves. We've got, of course, Kremp, Nasty joining Ghosty and Af. And this team has walked away with a number of Game 5s, 3 wins under the belt so far.
Yeah, the LA Thieves, I mean, they've been fantastic, and they have the notable wins. They beat Minnesota, a team that a lot of people regard that was decent coming into this stage, and they also beat Vegas, right? And they've won a lot of search and destroys, 5-2 in that game mode. And they're also icy in map 5, 3-0 in the season, 2-0 in Major II Qualifiers with a 1.27 team KD. And of note, Afro and Nasty are 6th and 7th in the search and destroy leaderboard. Like, that dynamic has been fantastic for them. Also for our Monster Energy pregame, early round monsters, first in opening duel rate throughout the stage, and first on both attack and defense. Afro 13-4, Nasty 9-2. First bloods, they're kings of them right now.
Yeah, when you're on the flip side of this for LAG, there's not many things you can say about this matchup, at least for this year, because of how strong LA Thieves has looked during this split. Having changed half the roster, they're starting to hit their stride.
LAG has taken matches very tight. They've had the lead, and then they've blown it. I look at this roster, and people are saying blow it up. There's still some potential, at least with the core, and you got to respect what Fame and crew have tried to put together. Unfortunately, if you're watching their most recent matches, doesn't matter how hot they start, they eventually run out of gas.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, listen, man, nobody's really playing great, honestly. Like, there's not one player you can point out and be like, yeah, that guy deserves to keep the spot. They've been terrible. Like, fundamentally in hardpoint, I mean, they've not been great. 1-7 in that game mode. They haven't won a control. Search and destroy, they've been all right, 2-3. The map pool has never been wide, honestly. So for LAG, it's like, honestly, starting from the ground up. Like, we got to fix the little things first. And for the Monster Energy pregame, can't hold this. 10th in hold percentage, 12th in points per hold. Like, honestly, there's all the fundamental stats, like rotation, everything, nothing's great for them.
Yeah, nothing's really great. You want to keep going to Monster Energy pregame, and it's going to keep giving you these stats of like 1-11 attacking record when it comes to attacking. 2.5 ticks capped per round, bottom 2 in the league. Like, there's very few things we can say about the fact of LAG being a good team. The players have their moments for sure. We saw what Diamond Con was able to do in some of these maps. Fame going double positive, dropping 30 kills in respawn, but the issue is none of them are doing it at the same time. So as we look at the maps and modes, again, we're talking about an LA Thieves team that they are on the up and an LAG team that is on
I'm shining a microscope, a spotlight on Assault from LAG. Which player do you want to key in on across these 5 maps?
I actually 100% agree with you on that pick. I feel like he's been underperforming for quite some time, and he has a couple more opportunities to right that ship, and this could be the series. In terms of the maps and modes in this one, I really think like both these teams have been bottom of the barrel control. It's going to hinge on that map mode combination here. That is a map that LAG have liked throughout this season, so that could be a big one.
Shout out to Scuff Gaming for our maps and modes. Ali, it's time to get our Scuff pick'ems in, and as we take a look here at the numbers, you may notice something. Ali has passed me, and I'm salty about it. I'm going rogue. I'm catching up right now, despite just winning 3 maps this whole stage. They get 3 more today. LAG it is.
Hold on, come here. I know exactly why you did that. He walked into the green room earlier and goes, Ellie, who'd you pick LA Thieves versus LAG today? Now I know why, because you wanted to go the opposite
originally
side.
went LA Thieves, we're switching it to LAG. Don't worry, officially, chat. All right, LA, what about you?
I'm going LA Thieves. I mean,
you're going Thieves?
Honestly, I didn't realize I'm cooking, y'all.
Fans? Fans, where you at? Everyone going with Thieves except me, LAG all the way. Miles Miles, do you believe that the Gorillas are the greatest team in your home city of Los Angeles?
Wow, what a ferociously loaded question moments before we go into this match. Wheeler, you are cooking, though. Chance said exactly the same thing before we started things off. And, hey, man, look, I think, the record is still very much Los Angeles Gorillas. I don't know about the Lakers or the Dodgers or the other LA-based sporting teams, but I think the Gorillas might be able to, change things here. Chance, Thieves, it's been a very different run of things recently. I mean, they're looking good. Is this the time they finally win?
They're winning hard points, so not even the time they finally win. They have been winning. The team has turned things around, and I mean, the biggest really struggle point that the squad for Thieves have had, they've made amends. Now, they're not exactly getting dominant wins, right? A lot of Game 5, sort of those nail-biter victories, but 10 CDL points is 10 CDL points. LA Thieves, I'm pretty sure they're already locked and secured for winner's bracket. Still, though, we looked at the overall standings just before. They still haven't cracked their way into the top 8, which obviously term implications. You're talking about champs. That's the spot you want to be in. So big points always going to be on the line in these online matches.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify that nothing in the world matters right now other than the LA Thieves, LA Gorillas rivalry. There's nothing that could possibly come into account here. I don't want to know about standings. I don't want to know about recent form. I don't want to know about anything. It's all about the battle for LA right now, and LAG start the proceedings with a couple of kills and into the hill.
Yeah, having an absolute riot on their way towards the point as well. Easy reads from Assault. Gets his first kill on the board, and now everybody else on the LA Thieves going to be stuck in spawn. And I mean, frankly, for 35 seconds, it's already trying to work this streak just to put that constant pressure on the pinch. Might be effective. Assault, though, doing his thing, keeping things nice and secured. He might back down, but it's a solid lead so far from LAG, and they have done a wonderful job of keeping those spawns.
Still keeping it together. Assault is about to have his run brought to an end. That's Afro. Wow, finds 2. He'll take those. And on the approach to the point, can he take care of Diamondcon as well? Checks the usual spots. The team killed there. Wonderful tags from the LA Thieves. They keep things going, and now they have the lead.
And LAG, not TG team, did everything right up until the most important moment, and then they got obliterated by Afro and Nasty, who, keeping that P2 rotation under lock and key, nice and secure. And I also like them keeping the pressure over towards Broken, sort of leaving up those palace spawns in the hope that you could end up spawning LAG out. Of course, though, in the meantime, Ghosty forced to back off this hill. His team's lost a few of the gunfights, and those palace spawns now coming through for Thieves. So not ideal, but still in a pretty good spot.
Ghosty can't hold on to that forklift for much longer. Brought down. Over now was the point we go. LAG with the bodies. Now they've got the time. 25 to go here. Can Krem get in there and slow this down? He does. What a win on Diamondcon there. Straight into the point. Nasty now looking to push the spree forward. No need. His boys are there. That's 15 plus seconds to grab. LA Thieves, fantastic retake.
Well, keeping in mind, though, for the stats front, like LAG, Ali mentioned it, not really on top of the rotations, but this is a time for P3 where they are completely secure. All 4 bodies up. Players push on the deep right, blocking the spawns as well. So this is the exact setup you're looking for, and the kills are flowing their directions. They're setting themselves up for a full 60. Nasty going to be to try the guy to break it down.
Yeah, Nasty doing a lovely job of roaming the backside of the map here. He's looking for that big old flank. Ghosty, another apparition on this team now, enters the fray towards the point again. Another for Ghosty. 2 in a row. Can't cross the street. Nasty keeps the streak alive, though. Into the hard point you now go. And once again, it was Thieves with a solid break. They don't account for Assault in the back line, and that changes the play again.
The problem with keeping track of his Assault is these spawns are impossible to keep track of. Half of both teams were spawning out at Palace and LAG. It was the partial flip, but haha, just kidding, not really. We're still spawning at Gas, but I gotta say on the Thieves front, they still broke the hill down. The weird spawns came through, and Kremp still picks up a 3 spree while he's actually collecting the time. So Thieves, even with a little bit of, weirdness on the spawn front, still make the best of an awkward situation, have built themselves a sizable lead, and that is a rotation for the Gorillas, where they were way ahead of the game. They got the initial kills, and it simply did not matter. They couldn't execute around the time.
Well, here comes a big moment for Kremp. Eyes on those players coming out of the Palace spawn. This is first. Can't get away with his life. At least the information passed across now. Eyes on that minimap again. You should see those members of LAG spawning on the far left-hand side. They should be coming from that direction, and that direction only. Thieves know it. Guns are at the ready, and the clock is ticking in their favor.
After riding the motorcycle too, that just means he gets to sit down and let his teammates pick up all the kills. Nasty, the cutoff man, can't see through the broken window, so he's gonna fall. But this has still been phenomenal time for Thieves to get. Afro has yet to fall, now getting active from inside the point. And even on the rotation, Diamond Con might be a player from the Gorillas to try to break this down, but he is completely by himself. You see the distant angle played by Kremp. Somehow stays alive in the depths of his spawn and sends his teammate Ghosty in for the kill. Checks the corner as well. I don't know how he didn't see him in the first place, but on the Ghost battle, the man with the name always going to come out on top.
Boston makes him feel good. 11-5 for Nasty so far. He's a man who's had a lot of criticism thrown his way since joining the LA Thieves. Too hot, too cold. Just find out if Goldilocks can get the porridge going here, because so far, this is a delicious hard point for the LA Thieves. 131 and climbing. LAG with a moment to break in. Ghosty cut down. Spree's done. Diamond Con's in. LAG with the time.
Yeah, good luck reading these spawns, though. Nasty is just behind enemy lines, maybe waiting for the moment, but maybe Nasty a bit too much of an advantage. Pieces Assault up. I saw it on the minimap. Assault had first and second and third shot. Nothing matters. He got gunned, and LA Thieves right back inside of the hill. I mean, look, it's a 100-point lead. Every single hill where LAG does something right, they bottle it and end up in a situation like they are in now, where they're going to have to fight from the back foot basically for the rest of this game.
Oh dear. Not an easy thing to do on Invasion. Fame now tries to climb out of the KD deficit he's got himself sat in so far. Back up to P1 we now go. The first set complete. LA Thieves walking out very much on top in the opening sortie.
This is just an awkward stack too. You see the approach coming in from Thieves. They're like gonna double hit the right street. Fame though shreds player number one. Flanks coming through. Enough for the pressure. Fame last man standing. Gets some good damage on number two as well, but he is still going to fall. And you see how Thieves were able to manage it, put the pressure on the flank. Even though they did not get the first two kills, it ends up panning out perfectly for them. They get the time until maybe more awkward spawns running through. Maybe Afro pushes up too far, so LAG get the palace spawn. So maybe one of the first mistakes. Thieves really made this game.
Oh, Nasty's right behind them. He's managed to get some damage into these players. P2's going to be wide open in a moment. The Thieves, absolute pandemonium across the map. Let's have a quick listen in and see if the comms are as nutty.
Hey, top blue and cap. Coffin as well. Coffin weak. Top blue, Can you bump me, please? Diamond Con dead. Daytime, bro. Low blue hitting me out, Ness. Wait, there's one out. Ness and two spawn out. Going in green. Respawn out, I think.
Let's go to the next guy.
No, two front. One more front. In green. Extra weak. There's two street. Alright, let's go. Don't go tree desk. Green still. He's gonna be tracker. Yeah, I'll tracker. Let's go. Hitting your street fame.
I'm playing square.
One shot. Fame. Win, right? Yeah, we're missing assault. We're still missing assault. We're gonna be green.
Green got me.
I'll see Ness. Let's go Ness.
I'm going to Ness.
Right corner, Ness. Yeah, I heard that. I'm pushing him out. He's trapped right corner. One's white call. Right corner, three times.
Can I miss?
I push you.
I'm right left.
We should pressure this hold, bro.
Yeah, you can.
Top broken. Tree tank. I'm dog. Right side hold.
Go tree tank.
SD Kev went one. I got tree tank. You went one.
One dead.
We got hold.
Make sure we have new here. If you can get my
street. Yeah, I can get your street. Go mid. Yes, heard you. Nothing on the right, Nothing on the left for you.
I'll
mid. The left is good.
I'm holding B dom push out. You have my H1.
Nothing on the left. One's going left late. Yeah, one's on the right late.
I have dom cross.
Side deli. Pressure weak. Two front bike.
In bike.
One blue. Coffin on me. Stay alive. I can play for this guy. Coffin.
I'm fucking.
Brooks the bike. Bike came weak. I just went up by the way. Heard you. I saw him in bike. Coffin. He's going rogues.
Don't say bike.
We went shop. Stay alive. We went shop.
No bike. Corridor.
Stay alive.
Deep gassing in time.
Gas. Absolutely, bro. One shot at a time. Yep. Take control, blade. Watching the child at a time. Control. Yeah. Get balcony. There's what's still. He's tree tank.
How can he?
Yeah, on the tree tank. You want tree tank?
Okay, yeah, tree tank. T1.
Not a bad listen whatsoever. Chance there from the LA Thieves, still controlling a lead. And I will say though, those P2 spawns are ass.
Look, I mean, LA Thieves and the comms are doing a great job on the psychological front of just dodging the paranoia that those spawns are going to provide. It is chaos. This is the hill to like do the thing as well. So, I mean, again, the palace spawns might be ever present. Right now, it's Thieves with them. I'd say even for the moment, as long as LAG are not collecting time, Thieves are going to be incredibly happy. But if you're pitting back in Palace, somebody's going to be able to hop on it. And, well, DiamondCon has his corner. If you do get these 40 seconds, LAG, the opportunity, they got the right side spawns. You could get back in this game, but another 30 seconds they have to execute.
Yeah, good luck. Here we go. It's a war of one front so far. DiamondCon suppressing fire, not to get anything done. Afro traded out. Assault gets away with his life and nearly a cruise. Estriel gets involved as well. No one from the Thieves ever to get on the point without a rat-a-tat-tat or a bullet in the side. So now you've got a lot of damage dealt, an open hard point. The Gorillas have done their best chance. Is it enough though? Rotation done. They've got the right-hand side of the map.
It's doubly good news because not only do the right side of the map, the other Palace spawn finally comes through. So Estriel is now just for free on the pinch, and Assault is 1 kill away from getting the cruise missile, which could have a massive impact on the map. Fame trying to get back in the mix. You see Assault does collect the cruise missile in the meantime, and now you're able to reposition, try to collect the actual hill time as you know those back spawns are in.
Here we go. Guns at the ready. Assault still on a tear. Nearly ends it there by a slight bit of hesitation. 35 seconds remaining on the point. LAG, you're all over it. They've finally got themselves in there. Can they identify the attack angle from the Thieves now? Nades over the top, eyes on the backline. Assault, how many can he get? None! Kremp guns him. Opening now for the Thieves to fly in.
Big Tom Blue almost seems like a curse. Every player up there is having difficulty stealing the gunfights, but that is big wins again from Kremp. Shredding players in these moments. Enough for Thieves to sort of break the ice, make sure you get the time, don't give away that full 60 to LAG, who again are still sitting on the cruise missile. If you hold the spawns for P2, get a good chunk on P1, you do have the cruise. That's the good news. The bad news, number 4 is going to spawn out, be directly behind you. Again, Thieves being gifted a pinch.
Here we go. Estriel from the hip. Any more to be had here? Nice work. Afro, though, once again. The man is a walking two-piece here on Invasion. Hard point in the hands of the Thieves. Assault's having to get the pistol out of the Renetti now as desperation starts to sink in. The quick contest. Try to hold this position as best he can. Wait for the reinforcements to show up, and they're there. Number 8's now about to hit the pitch for him. Assault might not need it. Kremp wins another big one. Hard point, though, still LAGs.
Operation Survival, though. They have survived for the moment. A few more seconds go by, and LA Thieves won't be able to win on P1, so you've done at least the slightly easier part. Now the incredibly difficult part. That rotation over towards P2. You're going to have to fight through this front line, and Afro at the front of it is picking you apart. There are no open avenues of attack and Assault. I mean, you're going to have to just use this cruise missile just to keep him out of the new time.
Well, here we go. We saw the last P2. It was an absolute fiesta. This one, Nasty, meets the cruise missile of Assault. One man down. Is it enough to stop the Thieves with his iron grip on the point? The answer is nay. Map 1 goes the way of LA Thieves.
And looking good. The hardpoint wins. Maybe not consistently flowing, but hey, on the map 1 front, these guys have been golden. They have enjoyed themselves some Invasion as well. You gotta say, for the Thieves, pretty good plays through and through, winning some massive gunfights. I think even another very good sign of life is everybody seemingly was taking turns. I mean, Afro had the pop-off moments. Nasty was going on sprees at one point. Kremp started winning just huge gunfights back blue, and I mean, Dan Ghosty has been sort of the anchor so far for this squad, so really just taking care of business in map number 1, and even spread in the kills column across the board for LA Thieves. And I would say the damage and assists, especially there from Ghosty. You see how much of a presence he really is on the map, active in 38 gunfights and helping his teammates out quite a bit. That is clean work for the LA Thieves.
I think it's a really wonderful stat to sort of demonstrate when we talk about his UAV style of play, where he's always involved, he's always passing out information, and information isn't just I saw them, information is I've damaged them, I've got a stun check there. That also counts nades, although he's very dangerous to the nades when it comes to his teammates as well. But Ghosty there, a wonderful example of how effective he can be across the map. Lovely stuff. As the Thieves now, we look across their highlights, as map number 1 was certainly theirs. Start to finish, a very, very strong showing. The Gorillas didn't necessarily get really go-in chance, I think, until sort of the very much the latter half of the map.
No, not at all. I mean, even for LAG, they had plenty of good moments early on. I mean, honestly, quite literally from the opening break, they played P1 outstandingly well, and it was in the final maybe 10 seconds of the time before the rotation comes through. Someone on LA Thieves just snaps on them, makes the big play, and they flip the spawn. So LAG are that team that, like, they're so close to playing incredibly good Call of Duty, but the small slip-ups they have are, like, devastating consequences, because there's a couple times where they're getting the 3 down, but the final guy that's alive on the other squad just making the big play. And, they just can't quite bring that level of coordination that they once had to the table. Now all the other teams have really been improving.
And for another player on this team who really had a lovely showing there on Invasion. A lot of 2 pieces across the board. For the LA Gorillas now, it's time to bounce back in the search and destroy. Is that going to be an easy task? Chance. We saw the Monster Energy pre-game, and it does look like the Thieves might have a slight edge here, but look at the game flow. They absolutely had the edge in hardpoint.
And again, quite literally from the jump, it was, again, as soon as that rotation at P2 happened, there was virtually no looking back, even when you're starting to string some hills together from LAG. I mean, I think we mentioned it, like, in the cast of, like, you're just going to be fighting off the back foot now. If you're down 140 to 40 points, like, it is sort of a hopeless scenario. There are maps like Skid Row where you can chain hills together and go on massive runs. Invasion, not exactly that map because those spawns are chaos. But yep, over towards map 2 we are going. And as you pointed out, Afro, certainly a player you're going to be paying a great deal of attention to. I know he hasn't really hit sort of that star form in the respawns this year. Certainly a player we're looking at to pop off just a little bit more. But in S&D, absolute class. He's had some monster performances. And on Terminal, aggression oftentimes can be the key. On offense, especially one of your only open avenues, like to have success. Afro can be that guy.
We'll find out. We're going to be playing Terminal Search and Destroy in a brief moment. And again, the Monster Energy pregame certainly giving the Thieves a good chance when it comes to picking up those first bloods, picking up those defensive round wins. We'll see if they can bring that against the LA Gorillas. Chance, is this the big turnaround here? LAG have had a really wonderful start to their season. They were exciting on the build-up to Major 1. They didn't quite deliver. They have been in a sort of downward trend since then. The confidence seems to be, shaky, let's say. Is this an opportunity for the Thieves to pull away a big win and finally get a nice win on the board in the battle for LA?
Yes, Thieves are looking to run it up as is typical. There you go. Tricky word apparently for me. I would say on the flip side though, for like LAG, their hopes of making winners bracket already have been sort of obliterated. They're not going to make it. They're starting in losers bracket come the major. They just need another strong land performance. Because keep in mind, for the online stage throughout the stage 1 qualifier, LAG only had 2 wins. They just went and overperformed at the actual major. So I think Gorilla is definitely going to be focused on the long term. Got to bounce back on land and show off the goods that they had at Major 1, but it's a long way away. We're starting here on Terminal, and right now opening salvo. Ghosty just gets caught trying to do the hop, and you have LAG. This is 4 players roaming together, so clearly they're bringing a game plan to the table. Everybody stick together, get those trades, go bully out this plane.
Normally it's check your spacing, boys. There are 2 snakes on the plane and they're slithering towards the entrance. Here we go. Rivals at the ready, boys. Send it. Flying in trades. Afro walks out with his live Diamond Con. He will be the Diamond back in this situation. Stays alive. All down and nasty in the 1v2. He's about to run into trouble. The timing. Dreadful. He's a dead man. What an opening round.
Yeah, what a good play by LAG after the fact as well. Just to keep the ball rolling and again, sticking together. Timing could have gone poorly for him, but I mean, they were guns up, ready to go. That is an instantaneous wrap back, and I mean, that is one of the more unique sort of strats we've seen on Terminal S&D for an offensive team, and I'm a fan. That's almost like the Rio style that we've seen from the top teams. Just 4-hit something, try to overwhelm them on a gunfight presence. I mean, on defense, everybody's going to be spread thin. You almost never have anything triple, let alone quadruple stacked on the defensive end. So LAG just planning to pick them apart, and they were successful at it. Now we go for LA Thieves. Very standard. Spreading the map on offense, not nearly as aggressive.
Yeah, we've certainly changed the look after that last round. This is what ranked feels like a little bit, but without the sort of finesse. No one really able to make a move just yet, Chance, but Krem, oh, he's hungry for it. Afro will be the man to go in first. Estriel, he is the captain. Oh, he's in trouble now.
Well, we've talked about this before about shooting the fire extinguisher. That's the value. Just gets the guy out of the cockpit for the check. In the meantime, Diamondcon versus Ghosty. That battle to get top third. Diamondcon successful. It is the late smoke strat where LAG completely back down and give up this bomb. And Afro not wasting time, gonna get it down, or maybe not. No trophies means a first blood for LAG.
Nobody threw a thing at the start of the round. All the nades have been expended here. 25 to go. You better get moving. Estrel dives in, trades out one. Diamondcon from upstairs. Assault's there with his fist now. It's a 2v1 again. And Nasty has been put down. Once again, LAG with a late finish.
Again, this is like the amount of things that like commentators talk about that might seem a little bit weird. These have been two great rounds of sort of like describing them. The fire extinguisher getting shot in the cockpit just as the clearance. Perfect example of why that strat is useful. Gets Estrel out of the plane. But then also like fake smokes in fake strats that we have to bait out utility. LA Thieves don't do any of that. They don't bait out a single nade, a single stun. So by the time they go to the site, there's no faking with less than 30 seconds on the clock. That smoke's down. You are going to be here. And LAG execute flawlessly on their nades. And that's 2 rounds. They are just picking them apart.
In the bookshop, Afro walks away with it. It's an easy read. Hey, Estrel, though, knows the end of that one. No spoilers. He takes care of business, though. 3v3. So we slow things right down. A bit of a heavier presence there from the Thieves over by A.
I think Nasty may have made a little bit of contact as well through the hall, spotting some of these players out. That's why Ghosty taking his time underneath the plane, but it's an A hit for sure. Assault and Nasty might have a battle on the flank, and Assault might get perfect timing, but it's a square up on one side and a square up in the plane as well. Kremp, well, he knows it's going to happen. Doesn't get a kill. He does back down.
Fantastic shoulders there from Estrel. Ghosty waiting for his opportune moment. Oh no! Fame manages to spot him out. The Gremlin on the wing. And now Kremp and Nasty. 30 seconds on the clock for LAG to get that bomb down. There it goes towards A. The stun check will connect. On the flank, Assault keeps his streak alive. And now Kremp in the 1v3.
Yeah, that is the key battle. Assault versus Nasty. And Assault does his job as well. Gets Kremp baited out for the free kill up top. And LAG, again, mixing things up. New strat they're bringing to the cable. They take their time, and no Afro gets a first blood. He just trades himself out instantly. So 3 versus 3. Gorilla's not upset to see it. And as you pointed out, Assault 5-0 on that spree. Might have a cruise in back-to-back games.
Wouldn't it be nice? Thieves yet to really show up here in Terminal. Don't worry, boys. There's still time to make the flight. 3-0 thus far. The Gorillas on defense.
Oh, no fakes this time either. This might just be a bully out strat. You got the trophy down as well, so things a little bit different. In the meantime, though, this is how LAG want to counter. So much pressure towards the middle of the map. Ghosty planting the bomb, the nades rolling through, everything trying to be coordinated, and everybody stuck in a corner. That's the round. That's the game. Good Lord, LAG. It doesn't get better than that.
That was an immaculate retake. Perfect nade spots. Lightning fast precision. And now a quick victory lap. Boys, look. Love it when a plan comes together. Not a hope in hell for the Thieves there. That was an outstanding round from the Gorillas.
Yeah, and a horrible one for LA Thieves. The only trophy they had, they put it like back burger. And again, there was not a single stun or nade thrown by LAG in that moment. They just give up the site, and LA Thieves went, I know they haven't thrown any nades. I know the last time on offense, we tried to plant the bomb and we got naded out, but like, it'll be different, right? No, it was not different. And it was even worse for LA Thieves because they all stacked up together and stood right next to each other on the bomb, AKA the kill zone. That is a horrible strat for the Thieves.
Kudos to the Gorillas, though. You know, the stats were stacked against them, but it's 4-0. As it is for Ghosty, who currently might be looking at 006 if those boys don't get on the round.
There's just no time. And, you know, 2 teams mixing up the pace as well. LAG completely slowed things down, but now after 30 seconds in the round, calling the crews, get grouped up together, and I don't know what you're going to find, but you got the intel. So many players by B. Assault showing off the moves.
Oh, this is coming home. Oh, he was so close to landing it directly on the B-bomb site. Either way, though, plenty of time and space now for his boys to fly forward. Afro holding the line, though, brought down as the trades are complete as a 2v2. Plenty of damage dealt. We should see a brief pause in the gameplay here. Let those players recharge and take this 2v2 like men at full health. Okay, Krem turns it into a 2v1 assault now. Left all on his lonesome. Can he turn this 7 into a 9? Oh, it's not going to happen. And the Thieves are on the board.
Man, with better shots, I think he clutches that. Both those players back turn right in front of him. That is one of the freer 1v2 potentials that you're going to have. But he hits the long slide and didn't get the first kill. So for Ghosty, that is just easy after the fact. And I mean, shout out to the misplayed crews as well. Adam Assault might have been 7-0, but couldn't get anything going, unfortunately, for him in that round. And I mean, Miles, you're a ranked play aficionado. You already know you just need one round. Get one round under your belt to get that momentum swinging back your direction.
You're not wrong, mate. Yesterday, you and I were on stream. We were down 3. We got that 1, turned in a 6-3 with the dub, a clean 1-4-3 SR or whatever. I got right out of plat and a diamond. Let's get it, boys. 4-1 though. Thieves now on approach in the perfect 2-2 split as they go towards those bomb sites, and I think it's starting to get a bit tense, but all you need is one, lads.
And you see they are really just trying to play for picks. Spreading the map. Assault, though, gonna get it. As long as he's not calling in a cruise, Assault has been on point so far this game. And now the plane left wide open. Afro gonna clear it. There's nothing to be found. Man disadvantage, though. It's gonna be the retakes, and he checks everything. But the old tarmac side of the map, and now a 2v4. So much for momentum. LAG remain on point.
Diamondcon's in a magnificent position not to expose himself to any of that gunfire. Nasty and Ghosty back on up in this 2v4. Numbers are not on their side whatsoever. Now B-bomb site is going to be a big problem. And Nasty, the shots are alright. Takes care of Assault. One problem dealt with. 20 seconds to go now. All down to Byron.
There's just, no time, no hope. He's going to get drilled in that moment. Those were great shots he had on Assault. That Eskies fight to Burger, not really fun through either direction, but that is all but a moral victory. LAG, they have looked virtually flawless so far on Terminal. Again, outside of a misplayed cruise, but you even saw how close he was to absolutely nailing it. So on the idea front and the game plan, Guerrillas looking very clean so far in Search and Destroy. Just want to seal the deal and get back in the series. Throw themselves into control and let Assault get another cruise missile.
Heavy stack towards A now for LAG. The old classic plane bang out. Ghosty and Krem going to be in position to do anything about this. They've both vacated. They've disembarked, so now they have to get themselves back in there. Quick checks. Down low the battle, though. Krem managed to win it, gets a first blood. Ghosty gets his as well, so it's been a very costly affair for LAG over by A.
This is pretty problematic. Assault down low has put himself in a very interesting spot to try to make the play. He's cleared out a good chunk of the map as well, so you get the bomb down on A. You know everybody's going to be pushed up towards the hallway, and Assault doesn't want the free kill. He just wants the pressure. 35 seconds to play with.
Time now ticking. Can LAG get back into this series? This is it. Nasty, you've been given ample opportunity to clutch and you have been chokeslammed. Every opportunity. Is this one any different? Just over 20 to do it. Okay. 1v1. Nasty's baited the play. Assault's making the run. The timing. Oh, out of Assault. Saves the day for LAG. And Nasty came close, and what a play call it was. But Assault simply too hot on the trigger as the LA Guerrillas find the equalizer in the series.
Yeah, no, Nasty, great read, but Cameron and COD will always be king. He played it passive and gets punished for it. Sort of a wild round as well. I don't know if Afro just like lacked object permanence, but he got shot in the back and then just kept facing the exact same direction. So he got shot in the back a second time, but terribly played S&D out of one team, and from LAG, executed nearly flawlessly. The reads on point, the nades were there, the teamwork as good as you could possibly ask it to be. So there you go, tied up 1-1. Adam Salt, back-to-back games, completely on point, able to get cruise missiles in both. Puck and Nameless said that is their player to watch on the Guerrilla side of things, and so far, at least for the individual, so good.
11-2. We'll keep an eye on those. Not a single one of those kills was traded in. A fantastic 7 spree also. But there we go. 6-1. Terminal's done. It's a 7-3-7, not a 7-4-7 in the game clock, but that's more than enough for the Gorillas to get themselves back into this series. We'll find out how the rest of the series goes after a quick break. But Chance, quick thoughts so far on this latest iteration of the battle for LA?
For the Gorillas, that was just a painful looking invasion hardpoint. We're dropping the ball in some key moments, and then the terminal, just a painful one for the LA Thieves where, I mean, they were making the adjustments, right? Like the first offensive round they had, they died because of the nades, but it was late in the round, so they adjusted and were like, let's try to plant early. The problem was, though, the actual nades rolling through on the site. So they adjusted to the wrong thing, but at least there was an attempt, I guess.
I guess too. Well, we're going to go to a quick commercial break while you are left to guess about how those adjustments went. Back at home, LA Thieves, the Los Angeles Gorillas. Map number 3 coming up after this break.
Upgrade your game with the SCUF, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League pack. Grab yourself the CDL Operator, Weapon Blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That's right, we're live in Columbus. Well, these guys are anyway. The wonderful CDL studios there in Columbus. Everyone having a good time. We're really close, though, boys and girls, to getting into our next matchup. Before we get to that, though, we have to give some love to Adam Assault, who's having one hell of a series so far. That guy's absolutely rocking and rolling. That's one for each series. You know what I'm doing, boys and girls. That's right. It's a GIF in the making. But very excited to see how the rest of the series plays out. The battle for LA is going to continue, and what also will continue is this probably will. There's a good chance these guys could meet up on LAN as well next week in Florida. We're going to be going to Major II, hosted by the Miami Heretics and Gamer G. Grab a ticket. There's not too many left, but you're able to still nab one now. If you're in the Fort Lauderdale area, come on down. We'll all be there, as with your favorite pros, putting on a show for all of you. And it's not too hot, I think, Chance. You've told me that it's actually lovely temperature for Florida in March.
Absolutely. I think you said like high 70s, maybe dabbling in the low 80s, which as far as Florida goes, that's the dream. If it's not in triple digits, I think you're happy. And yeah, the humidity's out of control, but whatever. We can go for a swim or we can stay inside and do nothing but one of the two. But for now, we go to high rise. We are going to be in the sky. I know this is a map where LAG especially enjoy playing it. A 3-2 record, not incredibly strong, but for this team, it has been absolutely respectable. You are looking for that extra edge to climb the ladder in the standings.
Oh, see what he did there? Do you see what he did there? Let's take a look and see what our teams do here as the nades, the stuns, the bullets, everything. Bad vibes will be flying across the top of this high-rise building as we capture these two areas of land.
Man, I gotta say, Fame had a hell of a route straight through the middle of the map, put himself under the heli steps as well. I was gonna say, one of the bad things about going day off the rip, giant exploding propane tank. It can be cause for concern, but outside of that from LAG, everything else has been on point. Adam Assault 2-0, you get one tick on A, you're keeping the pressure up. Maybe Ghosty on the flank is gonna be a bit of a concern, but everybody else for Thea is off spawn.
Yeah, off spawn, they're doing what they can to get over there. The second segment, I do believe, was not completed. Wow, goal line save there from the LA Thieves. Done a brilliant job of holding on to that one. They're now going to try to fortify that position, fly across over towards B, where a lone member, Fame of LAG, is capturing it.
Very difficult to actually capture a zone before you get trophies on the point. Nades are going to be a problem, and out for Fame. Honestly, I was going to say, you might want to hop off the point because all of your team just died, and if you die with them, you're stuck in spawn with zero map control, and here we are. You are stuck in spawn with no map control. This is going to take a minute to get out of.
Oh yeah, this is tough. There's two of them in there now. Oh no, there they are. Nasty and Ghosty. The Ys are in, and Nasty with perfect awareness. Oh dear, LAG are going to be leaving their spawn now. Bad looks in the life count department as LAG are starting to bleed out somewhat. Yeah, it's not getting any better. 21-17.
Ghost's turn as well in the player cams. As always, there's number 4. Number 5 might be feeding into him. He gets back down on the nades, and that's enough to take down Ghosty. Now you just have to kill every single other member of the LA Thieves to get out of your spawn. Nasty next in line. Diamond Con drops him, but barely. And, well, at least for LAG, they've made it out, but you're back to square one trying to capture this zone.
It feels like Nasty's got 200 health in this game. 11.5. The clock has been stopped. It's a contest, though. Final kills. There we go. Is Fame able to get on a B and stop it? Nasty there to intercept. Fame's got to make a move. Clock's ticking. There we go. Wins the fight. Stays alive for a moment longer. Afro up next. LA Thieves. Trades complete. But Assault, last man up. He keeps the play going. Don't die, Adam. Please, no. But away we go.
At 2.2, I think Diamondcon's doing the thing as well. He is completely overwhelmed, and he is traded out, but now Fame has made it back towards A. Number 5 off spawn. Where do you want to go? Towards your team? Towards the other zone? With 2.2 on the clock, you get an extra tick. He's gonna read Ghosty as well. Yo, there is no shot in a 7 versus 3, right?
It's happening. It's happening. B's done. Couple of kills. Oh, this is gonna get ugly. Minute to play. 3v6. LAG not out of this yet.
I mean, it's extreme TDM. You don't have to move towards the zone at all. Just play for kills. There's an extra. The 3v7 now with 3 versus 4. There's no reason to hop the point. None. No, right now, get the kills.
Just they're doing it. Fame's still alive. It's now a 3v3. I don't believe it. We're watching this. Who gets away with his life?
Oh
he gets
my
Ghosty
God.
as well. 2v2. I don't believe what we're seeing.
Indeed, just haven't forced him to the point. Nasty, you got to get the trade on Assault. Assault knows they're both nearby. He's been the Not the clutch king. He's been the cruise missile getter, and he's not going to get it there. What could have been if Assault was able to finish either of those final kills? They could have pulled off just a ridiculous clutch. And for LA Thieves, look, this is a team, they don't value their lives at all. They are willing to die for the cause at any given moment. Unfortunately, though, there is a respawn amount. Same thing for the search and destroy. It's bad to triple stack the bomb site when you have 3 nades on your feet. So I'm glad they have no fear in their hearts, but you know, fear is a natural reaction for a reason.
Yeah, it's also the mind killer. We'll see though if the LA Thieves value their lives whatsoever in the attack towards these zones. They're willing to give their lives for B, for democracy, for liberty, and for Super Earth as well. Why the hell not? Fly forward, boys. Guns at the ready. LAG are lined up for the fight.
And you see a heavy, like, sort of B Street stack as well. Diamond Khan finds a nice first blood and is a distraction to get everybody else killed as well. Afro, last man standing for the team. And again, you at least want to have one player out and alive just to keep up the pressure so you can make it out of your spawn. The moment where LAG got 4-man wiped, where things spiraled out of control, but Afro doing a great job staying alive. He might fall, but at least you maintain some semblance of pressure down this B Street. Nasty keeping things squared away.
That's Byron Plumage right there. Top propane, absolutely laying pipe. Keeping Fame at bay. 44 seconds, the clock has been stopped. The B zone is now being captured.
Poor Crud, you see, like, head on a swivel. He's worried about underground pushes. Yeah, Estriel on the mini-map was just everywhere for a moment, so difficult to find, difficult to sniff out, and even harder to kill. Ghosty now for this man Ford for Thieves, and just does a wonderful job picking up the 2 kills, and that'll open up the floodgates. Clock has been stopped again, and Ghosty, the tear continues.
He is an issue, truly. As he has spooked to the Gorillas thus far. 2-man stack on B. That should go pretty quick. Second segment long gone. LAG with a nice pressure. And it's the nades that are really getting the damage done. The second man now reinforces the old conveyor belt. Keeps production flowing. B toasted. Over towards A we now go.
Took a little bit to make happen, but that is a good deal. Tough slide though, so Assault's going to be able to pick up 2, but an extra minute to the clock. Way more lives, though, I'd say, for both of these teams, because you had Thieves were able to get a stack, so less time to work with. They're going to be focused on the objective. Kremp right now working with Afro up the middle of the map, and Kremp maybe doesn't need much help. Good lord, that kid can shoot.
He's shooting. Oh, the timing for Afro. No problem. Still walks away with at least 1. That's not bad. Less than a minute now. Great coverage there from Ghosty. Afro's forward position. Oh, stays strong until Assault wins the gunfight. Only a single man here for the Thieves on A. Estriel and co will be able to wipe the slate clean. You've still got a lot of presence right now for the Thieves.
Oh, Estriel wins an extra one as well. I was going to say, Estriel wins a big one towards the middle of the map, and then he ends up giving you 2. So, nice little moment there for LAG. And now Kremp doing the old faithful, taking a tumble off the map. He's going to fall. That feels like a dagger. And now the lives actually do come into a factor. Ghosty, please stay on. You can't throw this one away. Question is, does Estriel read it when you hop up?
There's the hop, there's the read. No problem whatsoever. 20 plus seconds to go. Estriel and Assault find the kills. The final lives for LA Thieves now dwindle out rapidly. 2 remain. And that should be the equalizer for the Gorillas.
These have been 2 fantastic rounds of TDM between these 2 squads as well. And talk about a moment where, like, you really cannot afford to waste any lives. Falling off the map is always going to be problematic, but I think LAG did enough on the defensive end a little bit earlier. Again, Estriel slamming everybody in the middle of the map. So nice bounce back round. All tied up on the round count front. Thus far, defense reigns supreme, but only barely.
Well, Kremp takes a tumble. He's now found in the corner of, what, 5th and something, way down low. Get the Wilhelm scream at the ready for that one. LAG, ride that momentum. See if they can't find an attacking round now. The Thieves dig deep. We go again.
And I think the Thieves are going to dig deep for LAG. You're just looking to avoid that one sort of poor moment where they got 4-man wiped. Got to do a little bit extra on the offense just to keep things up, squared away. Ghosty, nice shots, back in Diamond Con down. You see a double underground hit. Afro pressures on him. Slide back and forth, able to get 1. Why not give him 2? That is the SMGs on LAG. They meet their maker. His name is Afro, and LA Thieves now crawling back around your spawn.
He's back at it again. Afro. 3 now in a row. Oh my god, he's dancing. The timing's not great. Oh, mana! 4. Fresh mag. Estral poops the party, ends the spree. Slight lead there in the segment capture front. There's ticks for LAG. Only by 1 right now. But that's a great place to be sitting, Charles. You want that defense around 5.
Great spot if you can get there. Absolutely. Still going to be the nice little fight, though. Everybody around helicopter. I mean, the B Street side of the map is left wide open by both teams right now. Diamond Con shooting him through the crack. Nice wins. Assault able to take down Ghosty for the trade as well. You've opened up the floodgates, able to get that pressure on A. But I see a trophy top helipad, and I don't see one on point, so maybe going to be a little bit more difficult to survive. But for the moment, LAG, all the kills in the world are flowing their direction, and they got a 2-man stack on the point.
That was a big lead. Oh, it's 3 on A. Say adios to that, but Afro away. Oh, good God. That's a 4-man wipe for the Gorillas. They're all down. Thieves, fly forward. High rise is yours.
Much like my rank play teammates, nobody wants to watch the flank and you get punished like that. Hey, that's not you. That's, I mean, randoms too, man. It's troublesome. Not easy on high rise.
No, not at all. Still, though, the fight continues. Final seconds as the Thieves have managed to keep the Gorillas in a stranglehold. Don't let them get out of the office side of the map. They take the lead.
It's also like Operation Not Get 4-man wipe for LAG. Granted, that one happens much later in the round, but I don't know. I'm also not a huge fan, I don't think, of seeing the trophy getting tossed down top heli and not having one on the actual zone. I know the flank was the bigger problem than the nades, but either way, defense continues to reign supreme. This one much more dominant on the side of Thieves. And a round like that, certainly on the gunny front, you're feeling a lot more confident going into this next attacking round. Which, frankly, this could be a nice little TDM round. You never know.
See how it goes. Well, the trophy up top of heli could have been a very, very slight error, but you never know.
I'm nitpicking for sure. Yeah, nitpicking for sure.
That makes a big difference, man. Well, the nades are up. B zone slowly but surely getting captured there. Ghost is on a 3 spree. Afro having a great map so far at 21 and 16. And here's your UAV in action. Info passed over. First segment of B gone.
Good kills as well. A couple players off spawn. Dan Ghosty, maybe the time to fry. You see he gets another one helping his boys on the point. And unfortunately can't quite get the read on where the pressure in spawn was coming from because they ended up being on both sides. But in the meantime, 2 ticks of progress already through, but Nasty completely by himself. Double chow is going to happen. And LAG, the coordination is there for the double chow to make sure they stop it. A minute left on the game clock, and now LA Thieves turning their attention maybe towards this A zone. One player on the point to stop the clock. Afro from up top, and there's that pesky propane tank again, and it's going to be hurting LAG.
Oh dear. Good test, Fame, holding on. Brought down. Dimacon. Brought down. Last man up, Estral towards the point, and Afro, he's put himself in between the team and the point. Body block in the play, finding the kills, 3 in a row. A's nearly done, the second segment now toast. Estral forward, Crip guns the pair of them as the Thieves are absolutely eating Gorillas alive.
Oh, those are big shots. Oh, Kremp is still going too. The extra damage is there. In the meantime, it's the B zone. Nasty back to his home. Nasty, by the way, watch the flank for the squad, bottom blue. Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, LA Thieves.
That is unbelievable. We've never seen that before. They captured both zones at the same time. It was poetry in motion. The Thieves have just run high-rise control in that final round like we have never seen before.
And Miles, I'm just glad you caught it. I'm over here, I'm yapping. LA Thieves are executing. I saw Nasty on the B zone coming off spawn. I didn't realize his boy got out to A as well. So I was thinking long-term, LA Thieves way too quick with it. And again, those are back-to-back dominating rounds that they just threw on high rise, both on the offense and defensive end. I mean, just taking turns slamming. Dan Ghosty, 29 kills, 5,100 damage, and Afro. That's the type of performance I'm looking for from him. Kept up with Ghosty in the damage category. 26 kills as well to boot. Not too shabby. And of course, double-digit assist from him and Kremp. I can't believe Kremp went 15 and 24 the way he was shooting towards the end, because he seemed to be completely on point. But a 3-1 victory, you will absolutely take it every day of the week.
Every day of the week. Highlights, boys and girls, of the high rise. That was a fun one indeed. And shout out to Ghosty, his second respawn in this series, where he's dropped 5k damage. He's absolutely shooting today. The first round was the fun one. The second round, again, LAG bounced right back into this. Lots of good kills. Again, Chance, not a bad look whatsoever, but that final round, that is one that we are definitely going to be going over with a fine-tooth comb, getting rid of the nits that you were picking earlier about trophies and whatnot, because it does all make a difference. Watch out for those lights, boys and girls, especially if you have kids. They're an absolute nightmare. But wonderful stuff out of the Thieves. They take the lead in the series.
Yeah, well, the nitpicking thing I was trying to do was just talk about Nasty actually watching like the bottom blue flank for the team. So instead of going for a triple stack when you don't need to, making sure you keep the map contained so no funny business takes place. And I mean, Nasty got traded out bottom blue while his teammates still got the pressure on A, but off spawn went right back to the other zone. So it was just a real constant force out of LA Thieves in this game. And I mean, these are the big moments towards the end. This is where the ticks start flowing through. Everybody on Thieves right there doing their job.
Slaying. Good stuff from them there, Gorillas. Whoa, boys, you've got a little bit of work to do. As again, confidence starts to get sucked out of you when you lose a map like that. We'll see how they can bounce back. It's all smiles for the Thieves. We now go to sub base. Oh, baby. Sub base hardpoint. This is going to be an absolute banger. Will this be the end of the series? LA Thieves looking very strong in the respawn so far, but sub base Chance is a totally different beast. Can we go all the way to that invasion, search and destroy?
It is certainly a distinct possibility. Certainly earlier in the year, Subbase was a pretty fearsome map coming out of the Gorillas, so maybe not necessarily a comfort pick at this point in the year for them, but they've had a certain degree of success, so map 5 maybe on the horizon. But again, it is a new Subbase compared to stage 1. Gorillas haven't had as much success on it, so still a bit of a question mark we're going to have for the map 4. Really for both of these teams, because even for LA Thieves, I know the hard points have been flowing their way a bit more, but I know a lot of those have been the map 1s. They've slowed down just a touch, but these are the stats on sub base, hold percentage. I mean, just everything maybe slightly better on the hold front compared to the breaks. 5%, that's actually insane. I was gonna say better from LAG, but 20% of a break percentage isn't particularly great. 5% is wild.
Dead last at 12th there in sub base. So what are we thinking here, Chance? I mean, if the LA Gorillas have got the hard point, there is a very slim chance that the Thieves break it statistically.
Well, you know, it's a few different things. One, that is partially the old LA Thieves roster with some of the map repetitions on sub base. This is the squad. It's not like they've been grinding the new one out. So again, 0-2 record. That means they've broken one hill out of maybe 15 tries or 20 tries, whatever 5% would be. So again, some old stats coming into play for both of these squads. Not quite modernized just yet, but yeah, I would absolutely want to stay ahead of the rotation game if I'm LA. That's terrifying to look at.
Well, eyes on the minimap. We'll keep you updated with the movements of the Thieves on those rows, but for now, it's a go-go straight into P1.
Go-Go Ghosty. He's got the outer lock down for you, but the Go-Go gadget time. Neither team going to be able to collect. LAG the first one to hop on, but Ghosty making his presence known. All for trades, though. Gorillas again. What we saw in Invasion. Strong opening break. The game plan executed completely on point here. So far, so good for Gorillas as well, but when things get mixy, how well can they perform? So far, it is Thieves maintaining those P2 spawns. That time, keeping things under control. No one from LAG able to get out of their spawn just yet.
Yeah, nice stuff so far. One thing I want to bring up very quickly, of course, Kremp in that last map didn't exactly have the greatest individual performance. He's leaning forward so far. In this matchup, we've only got his hair available on the player cam. So that boy is locked with a capital L. Let's see if they can get the dub.
I mean, why move the monitor closer when you can just lean in that far? We don't need neck strength into old age. We can just burn out while we're young. Fame able to pick up a nice gunfight, potentially to kill the back spawners. And there you go, the spawn out's taking place. Now for Gorillas, you need to hop on this zone immediately. Fame gets number 5 in a row as well with the nade. And he's the main factor for these guys to get the break on the time. Now you're looking for the cruise from LAG. This is everything going right.
Yeah, jokes aside, LAG. Oh my God, then he lined up and giving Fame another one. He doesn't get the cruise in the end. It's not going to hurt too much, but you do have to get these players away from that window. Ghosty now barging in through the top side. Coverage there as Assault's got the doorway. And they're in. Good comms, though. LAG maintain control here. They don't have anyone on the point for now, but Assault's got himself a 3, nearly a 4.
Trying to juke people out, but that's a big break as well, I'd say, for LA Thieves. Stripping away that time, getting the final maybe 10, 15 seconds, and you see how far ahead of the rotation that they are. And Ghosty even wins an extra one in the meantime, so he's coming out to his teammates. There's 2 over towards B2. Someone might have gotten through the right side of the map, but he gets to pick that up off spawn, and everybody else just gun forward. Afro looking down, Snow, Diamondcon there to pick him up. That is step 1 for the break for LAG.
Step 1. Here comes step 2. Open off 1, 2 trophies atop one another on the inside. Lovely work there from Assault. Finds himself another. Damage to Ghosty, not enough for the kill. Upstairs is Estriel. Bringing the damage, not the kills though, as the rest of the members of the LA Thieves have spawned up so close. They're well and truly back in the fight. LA Thieves rotate early, hold the point.
And I feel like we've gotten a pretty distinct look at what it's like to play against pros if you're not on point with like even just the trophies, right? So many POVs on both teams where players are just getting peppered up by every single stun and nade seemingly in the game. Another one by Estriel gonna connect, so it is not easy to play at the pro level. Players like this always on point with their utility, and Kremp on point with the gunny. Drops the head, but through the middle of the mat, Diamondcon likely going to be able to pick up 2 kills or set Fame up, and now you got to test that 5% on the break front. Oh, no. LA Thieves are so far away.
Oh no, let's see how it goes. The odds are not in their favor, chat. Diamondcon on the hunt. He knows Ghosty's around here. It's just the heavy patter of footprints through the snow, and it's 3 down again, and the LA Thieves have not sniffed the point in 30 seconds.
And they might be chalking it up too. Or maybe one last attempt. I guess they get that sort of entry kill, but these are problematic moments. Nasty getting called out by Diamondcon, and the trade comes in from up top, now around the zone. Assault kind of last man standing, actually had number 7 to back him up, and yeah, absolutely no breaks coming through, and more bad news. Number 4 ends up spawning out. That is not the time you want to be pinching this time.
Oh dear. Well, we've got a bit of a rotation taking place bottom side of the map. Diamondcon's the only man here for LAG to help out Estriel now. Late reinforce. Okay, it might be all right. The Thieves are in early. Strap in. They should be getting the time.
And they can hold. I mean, that percentage is quite a bit better. They haven't actually turned to read the P5 warehouse spawns coming through just yet, but they didn't even want to take the short route. LAG, they're going to be working through the middle of the map. Assault, though, not going to be sneaky. Afro going to spot him. Trying to reposition to actually get the kill, but now a bunch of kills lining up in the middle of the map for him. Great damage done. Forces a team kill as well. So Afro has done his job, but Assault, the first man he called out, still keeping that pressure up on P2, but all of this time has gone the way of LA Thieves. A perfect hold so far.
I mean, once they get in, it's fine. Ah, there we go. Late break still. Man presence there for the Thieves. You might lose the time for a moment. Not a perfect 60, but very much their hard point. It's all theirs, boys and girls. An insane, insane stat. And it's really playing out. The breaks are not good for the LA Thieves, but now.
And again, staying ahead of the rotation game. That's exactly what we want. That is LAG getting wiped off the map at one of the worst possible times. So you're going to have to break this down, and Afro's the player that's going to be starting. It does the extra bit of damage, and again for Afro, he's just calming. This is 3 players around class. Just keep the guns forward. It's easy for Nasty when he gets to L trigger. 14-9 for the moment. And a P1 where LA Thieves have gotten every second of time.
Statistically, it looks like neither of our teams are very good at breaking these hard points. Oh, that could be it. Fame. Nice kill there on our Afro. That's the hard point going the way of the Gorillas. And for a brief second, Kremp and his hair get back into this, get that player off the point, and keep it white.
And again, it's even the thing of like right now from LAG, they're not getting any of these time. You're also not going to have the spawns towards Noob because can't get past Afro when he's piecing like that. Back to square one, back in your spawn, and if you're trying to work through the tunnel, it just feels horrible. You're running into death in the middle of the map, and Ghosty, the dealer, at least to Diamondcon and Fame. I don't know how good your shot is, but against Nasty in a moment like this, working through tunnel is just so difficult.
Oh, well, Fame and Diamondcon find a way through. They punch a hole. Afro looking for number 4. And it's an awkward fight, and he wins it. Lovely finesse. Keeping the play going. 40 seconds here on P2. Creeps in. Big win there on a Diamondcon. Now guns up at the ready, and Afro and the rest of the boys of the LA Thieves pushing these players out. The spree comes to a close. 30 seconds to go, and the Gorillas have not even come close to this hard point.
And I just know that when we're going to look at that data view after, when we see the line graph of time collected, LAG, I think, have scored maybe 2 seconds of time since that back sub hill. So they've been getting obliterated. not likely to get a 100-point club. They do have the rotation over towards new, but similar towards the invasion, they're just having to dig out of a massive hole.
Oh, keep digging. This is a tough one. This could be the final hill here on the map. We haven't heard from them yet, so let's dive in with a listen in with LAG.
Deep right there, deep right there. Now for spawner. There's double play for spawner, double play for spawner. You want one bunker, even in the back, everyone out here. Tunnel. Frank up to right.
He's left side. Don't stay down. Tunnel weak, Kyle. That's right, he's still there.
And one shot, 10.
He's by the box. 30 seconds. I'm gonna block.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight for this though.
They can still one on this.
Yeah, 5 seconds. I think you bought 10 and 10.
Man, we can
jump down here, jump out of the boxes.
One shot holding. Hop in, bunker. Cancel me. 10 meat, nasty.
And it was a short and sweet listening because it's nearly the end of the series. LAG, the hope fading as the hold from the Thieves incredibly strong. That is its chance. The battle for LA, another chapter, comes to a close. This time it's the Thieves with the win. It's the Thieves with the 10 points. And it's the Thieves with the thumbs up and the smiles.
In effectively dominating fashion as well. I know the terminal is certainly one that they're going to go back to the drawing board on, but the respawn, I mean, that's about as good as it gets for LA. The best they've looked this year, and in a match where you almost want them to have that extra edge. They're getting wins. They're going to be in winner's bracket. You want them to have a good showing at the major. You got to be dominating a team like LAG. They do exactly that. Sub-base, not remotely close. Really just running a rampage in all of the respawns. The back-to-back rounds they had on high rise, especially on point. And I mean, again, good love to everybody on the team for LA Thieves. Everybody doing their jobs. Kremp 14-11, feet might have been up, but still dished out the most damage, at least on his team. And even seeing that from Diamond Con, less than 1,400 damage, only 8 kills. Stage 1 versus Stage 2 DC is a story of 2 different players. This squad needs that bounce back come land time because online has not been favorable for them. But LA Thieves keep the ball rolling. Overall standings, I think they might have moved up an extra spot as well. 10 CDL points can go such a long way to team towards the bottom of the standings. And LA Thieves, off the back of the roster change that they have made, they have really enjoyed this Stage 2 qualifying sort of moment. They've executed on everything they've wanted to.
They have, and it's taken a little bit of time, but the practice is coming through to fruition. I think LAG as well, you said about DiamondCon DC has DC'd thus far in the Major II qualifiers. Not over yet. We'll find out what happens, though, in the rest of these 2 teams' run. In the meantime, it's over to the desk.
I knew the Gorillas were going to get a map win during this series. It was a 3-1 as we saw the Search and Destroy go to the Gorillas. But the rest of this, LA Thieves walking away in dominant fashion. I was most impressed by those final 2 rounds of the Control. Where did you see some strengths in LA's game?
Honestly, maybe in the hard points, just a little bit more of locking up those rotations and fundamentals for the side of LA Thieves. I think for them right now, this was almost a trap game in a sense of because of the history of the franchises and LAG always kind of winning this battle. It was kind of a testament to, all right, LA Thieves are starting to find some success. Are they going to play down to their competition as we move into Major 2? And this answered my question is that they are not going to. Yes, they did lose that map to Search and Destroy, but to be honest, I think it's just because we've seen so much of LA Thieves on Terminal at this point. LAG did the proper thing. They had a lot of VOD review. It was able to counter a lot of what LA Thieves was trying to do.
Name was both teams, the Thieves and Vegas, are now improving to 4-2. And the Thieves have the tiebreaker. They beat Vegas.
Yeah.
Do you think the Thieves are the better team after watching both today?
It's tough. I want to say Vegas just because I feel like they have more potential to upset the top teams. I think with LA Thieves, like, we've seen them have some good performances, and honestly, I want to spend this time to give them their flowers. Like, the going got tough in that map 1. They ended up sending a lot of pressure towards P1, doing exactly what they needed to do to close out that map. And then we get to sub-base. It is flawless execution on every front, rotations, breaks, everything. But if we're comparing those 2 teams, Vegas just have looked a lot stronger. I know they lost the matchup. They just have looked stronger against some of our better comp.
All right, Gorillas still looking for answers. 0-6 after 6 matches in just 4 map wins. We take a look, though, at our scuff play of the game. Let's focus on the positive. It's our favorite, Dan Ghosty, back in in the building. Alley Cat, what was he doing this time?
It was just another masterclass high-rise control out of him. He did the same things when they played high-rise their last matchup and ended up going to a round 5. In that one, it was just a masterclass in the slaying department. He went 35 and 22 in the previous, and in this one, well, they didn't go as many rounds, but he still was able to go 29 and 19. LA Thieves, when it comes to that slaying battle on high-rise, they're gonna close it out.
Did he have enough energy and passion in his player camp today, Nameless?
He did. I mean, he's bringing the energy, and it's like, it's contagious. Afro was playing so well. I mean, throughout this stage, he's been one of the best search and destroy players, like top 8 in terms of statistics. But in this series, in the respawns, Afro was the Afro of old, up close and personal, finding kills in the control up close. On the rotations and hardpoint, he was making plays. Like, that is what you want to see. If that tandem is finding success in the slaying category, they're going to be winning games.
Afro and Ghosty, mainstays from the start of the season, finding success with their 2 new players. And it's time to talk with one of the OGs. Dan Ghosty joins us live in the Monster Winner Spotlight. Ghosty, how did today's games feel? You guys finally got more revenge against the Gorillas, a 2-7 record now overall.
Yep, I was actually bringing that up today, that we were going to get Cap's trade. I know historically Cap doesn't really like beating LAG. Sorry, Cap, for the stray, but we finally got his trade. And not only that, we won 3 respawns, so that's a big deal for us.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, and bouncing off of that, as we're getting, I mean, we literally had the Major 2 next week. Where's LA Thieves feel the most confident right now as we head to LAN?
I mean, I feel like we've just been working on like the little things, quote unquote, behind the scenes in practice. Just making sure our comms are good, making sure we fully understand each other and how we want to play the game and stuff like that. And, you know, granted, we're still a somewhat new team in comparison to a lot of these other rosters.
Ghosty, you know, second year, you've been frying individually going off, but also your task was being the leader of this squad, safe to say, from what we've seen. How's that been in the development in terms of your own personal path in Call of Duty?
I feel like for me, it's honestly a really good thing to have that kind of like leadership responsibility, quote unquote, just because I'm able to hard work on my comms, work on my leadership, make sure that I'm a good in-game leader and out-of-game leader as well on top of that. And it kind of just helps me, I guess, even out my abilities as a player.
Yeah, I wanted to ask another follow-up. Afro's had an incredible stage, man. You know, there's a lot of people saying like he didn't have it anymore, or that he wasn't going to be able to be on a top team. He's bounced back completely. What do you attribute that to?
Honestly, just he's still grinding the game just as hard as he was when the first hour of the game came out. And he's just been working really hard. We spent, you know, a lot of time in VOD together, making sure that we're watching things together to make sure we're on the same page together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, Dan, you guys are headed down to Miami. I just want to know, what does the travel schedule look like for a pro player? Are you guys currently in LA? What's this trip going to look like?
All right, so for a player from LA, Tuesday is normally our fly day. I think that's probably pretty standard for most teams. We wake up super early because most of our flights are going to be to the East Coast. Most events happen there. So we've got about 5-6-ish hour flight at 8 to 10 a.m. is normally when our flight time is. Get in around 6-ish p.m., eat some dinner, go check into the hotel, and go straight to bed. It's normally our travel day.
Sounds pretty exciting.
Pretty good schedule.
Nice. Love to hear it. Make it a vlog one day. Thank you, Dan Ghosty, for joining us live in the Monster Winter Spotlight.
Thank y'all.
That is LA Thieves putting together a few wins here at our Stage 2 qualifier. We now have a 6th match in the books, and the Thieves sitting at 4-2. Let's recap all of the action, though, on the day. Vegas was also in the building, and they were going up against a Surge squad that was desperate for a dub. Surge is still looking for it.
Yeah, Surge is still looking for a lot of things, but on the positives for Vegas Legion right now, I think the biggest disparity maybe between them and LA Thieves, even though they're kind of at the same middle of the pack situation right now, is that Vegas Legion slaying is on top of it as soon as they spawn into the game. I feel like LA Thieves takes a little bit to warm up when it comes to some of these respawns, but when it comes to Vegas Legion, like, they hit the boots ground running. Nero's engagements are through the roof, and then today we got to see Geo and Purge put on a masterclass, and hopefully this boosts their confidence moving forward as we head into the major.
Yeah, it just feels like everybody on this Vegas team is completely bought into the system that they got going on, and it's really working. I mean, they're extremely consistent throughout all 3 game modes, and it's been like that since the start of this stage. It's not like they were good at hardpoint, then had to rework on Search and Destroy. No, they've been pretty decent, all of them. They've just been getting better as the stage has gone on. We're seeing huge individual performances out of the guys on this team, and it's leading to some good stuff. So I'm hoping they can translate it into some LAN performances.
Since moving Illy out of the lineup, the Surge have been on a downward spiral. We'll see if they can start to right their wrongs in their final match of the qualifiers later this weekend. 2-3-1 matches. It's Vegas and LA improving. And as we take a look at our standings going into Miami, both teams are currently in the top 8 winners bracket bound. Who else is joining them? We have 2 spots left, currently held by Boston and Carolina, who play each other tomorrow.
Listen, Carolina has to get the W tomorrow. They play Vegas, so they have to. Yeah, they have to win that. And on the other side of that, excuse me, it's LA Thieves playing Toronto. So that could get real interesting. If these somehow upset Toronto, who knows, man?
These have had an abysmal strength of schedule. I feel so bad for them because we talk about, they've had these hiccups, like they've played Texas, and now they have to play Toronto, played Atlanta. So for the Thieves, things are kind of looking good considering.
You already got your 40 points. That should be good enough for top 8. Here's a look at your major. It's going down in Miami, and we want you to join us. The Miami Heretics host a Major II tournament presented by GamerG. Scan the QR code, join us live, and of course, join us tomorrow, 2:45 for the pre-show, and we got 3 matches coming your way.
3 matches coming your way, and that is a banger matchup, LA Thieves versus Toronto Ultra, to truly see how they can play against some of the top teams, but also Minnesota Rocker possibly making a case for that tie to get into top 8.
Does Vegas take it easy on Carolina, knowing they already got their 4 dubs?
No, they want to get like a top 5 seed. That's a huge game. If Carolina don't win that, they likely end up in losers
It
bracket.
all goes down 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock on the West Coast. We'll see you all then.
Let's go. Estoy cansado de los falsos y les puedo ser sincero. Por eso mi enfoque es solamente en el dinero. Ya no quiero más relajo, ya no más amigos, porque lo único que hicieron es desviarme del camino. He retomado el control, tenía que tomar un receso para averiguar lo que en verdad soy yo. He retomado el control, el rey ha llegado, esta es la nueva era. Deja recordarles que he retomado el control.
Good job. 13 and 11. Kick. We're just dropping our holds every time, dude. Literally just...
Oh, we rushed that PT break right then.